Hi everyone, welcome to our next episode of Gathering of Branches. Tonight we're going to watch all the characters die. No, obviously not. Probably just a couple of them. We'll see.
IRL.
Either Branwyn or Cadman, maybe. Let's go ahead and go through the list here, starting with Rebecca.
Hello, I'm Rebecca, and I'll be playing Olwyn, a pretty minor noble lady that's super duper besties with the Goblin Knight. Probably, maybe, I don't know. And has some really nice new friends.
Perfect. Emily.
I am Emily. I play Beatrice, who is a kind of sorcerer. Not quite there yet. And she has made some perfectly okay acquaintances.
Perfectly okay.
Wow. They're fine.
Listen, y'all know how she feels.
All right.
Oh, you thought I was talking about you?
Yeah. No, I meant the NPCs. Didn't you know?
I meant the NPCs.
I'm like Gwydion and Rickard.
For sure. Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Megan.
hi everyone. I'm Megan, and I'm playing Aeronwy, who is apparently just okay. Like as a friend, like I'm just fine, I guess. Okay. She is a commoner trying to be a knight, and also she has a horrific scar. That's why you don't like me, isn't it? You just don't think I'm pretty enough, right, Beatrice?
Don't start doing that.
So Beatrice needs to like somebody that's as perfectly average as she is. She doesn't like Olwyn because she's far too pretty, and she doesn't like Aeronwy because she's way too strong.
Oh,
Wow.
or too strong, I see.
I was trying to be nice.
I was about to come back and be like, well, I'm not friends with Olwyn either, and she's like super pretty, and then she came and just absolutely decimated me before I even got there. It's gonna go great, guys.
Well done. All right. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit, the music, so people can
I thought you
hear.
meant us.
Yeah. No. I mean, if it gets real bad.
I'm gonna just like turn down the players.
Mute all of us.
I can't hear them anymore.
You guys need to chill.
Yeah,
You guys chill out. Turn it down a couple of notches.
The claws are out far too quickly.
Right away, leading with the hits. All right. Okay.
I'd like to revoke my protect.
Retroactively. Wow. Yeah. Okay, so maybe let's do a tiny bit of a recap for you folks. So when we are ending, whatever sacrifice happened in the old man's room, or yeah, he looks like an old man as far as you can tell. Went off, that completed whatever that ritual was, is done. So in the following days, the entourage with there was 3 guests that were present. So Vivian, Bedarn, not Robert. I clicked the wrong one. And
why is he here? Get him away.
Because Kent County's right beneath Summerland on my map. And Grifflet. That's hilarious. Not Grifflet. Sorry. I'm mixing up names. Gwydion.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Gwydion.
Let me do this again.
Yeah, let's start over. Hi, I'm
Grifflet was in the room with the ritual.
Correct.
So these 3 are kind of preparing to leave. I wanted to, we had to wrap up fairly quick after the events. I wanted to give you all time in those couple of days that follows in case you have any questions or anything you want to discover. From here, we'll be skipping forward to Winter Solstice. So, folks who are present, we have Lady Gwynedd. We have. I'm sure these two are just waiting for you guys to talk to them, but there's Sir Loof and Cadogan. Yeah, exactly.
What if we didn't?
Yeah.
There's the entourage that will be departing soon. And then there's, of course, for Aeronwy, your whole family you haven't really been able to talk to. There's Lilo. There's
Ooh.
this guy, Sir Kendall.
Is this the first time we're seeing Lilo's
and Sir Dogged.
picture?
I think so.
We saw it last
Indeed.
time.
Very good.
You saw it. So a reminder for Beatrice and probably Aeronwy even, because you grew up here. But actually, give me Aeronwy. Give me a recognize. You can add +5 to your recognize roll.
Okay, let me get my sheet out.
Because you might have something in particular of note here. If not,
Oh. Well, it's good you gave me a +5 because that's all I'm gonna have.
hey, there you go.
Oh wow!
You may take
that-
recognize.
do I take that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Exciting.
So for Beatrice, Lilo looks about 20 years younger than the last time you saw her. Aeronwy, you get that, but also she looks like your memory of her when you were young.
Interesting.
Yeah. Now your family's not super big on her, right? Like she's the weird old lady apothecary, but yeah, take it for what it is. And then the last person present who's been kicking around is Dame Branwen.
Oh.
And Branwen.
And Rickert?
Ricker.
Rickert is here. Yep. Sorry.
Yeah.
Ricker is here.
Yeah. He got almond cakes.
Got the almond cakes. Boy,
We
those
saw
almond
the
cakes went on
almond
a
cake.
journey.
Yeah.
They've gone everywhere.
They've gone
were in
places
Aeronwy's
a lot of
pocket.
people haven't.
A lot of people didn't make it out of that place.
Just one.
No.
It's fine.
Just one.
Just one. How many
What
are there?
is
Four.
April's
It's no big deal.
fault?
Almost more.
Almost more. There could have been more. It's possible. Didn't happen, but could have. So.
Couldn't happen because we have our own little sorcerer here. Oh my gosh. Talented. Saved my life.
Also, someone fought the Goblin Knight. And did
somehow-
great.
I didn't die once again. I don't
mean-
know why this keeps happening.
So I will get to that, but I don't think it's going to happen in the immediate day that follows. But we'll get there. Because someone has some armor.
Dude.
Yeah.
Okay, thank goodness you were like, I don't think it's gonna happen in the day after. I'm like, I don't want I don't want consequences for
Right?
this.
Wait, what?
Consequences
We
of
don't
my
want
actions.
consequences.
Cannot be me. No, I don't do consequences. I just do
No.
things and then they don't come back to haunt me.
They just do things and then it's fine.
And then
Right?
it's fine.
Imagine. I can't. Could not be me.
For sure. Do any of you have anything in particular you want to do as far as like anyone you want to speak to before we move into the feast? I see a
Probably
raised hand.
Gwydion for most
Yeah.
of us.
Yeah, definitely for sure. So probably
Okay.
a group
I was gonna
interaction
say, it
with
sounds like
Gwydion.
Rebecca has one first.
I
fine.
also wanted to talk to Gwydion, but I also want to talk to Rickert, so you know.
You get one.
Ah!
Get one.
Well, if I have to
Get
choose,
what?
I'll choose.
You get one. Yeah.
Do we only get
We-
one?
Can we accompany
They
each
have
other
to.
on scenes?
Let's say no. Let's make it interesting.
Oh,
So we'll
that's
just all
sad.
have our individual
So everyone
Gwydion
gets
scenes.
one person.
You may opt to jointly combine your act, kind of like a feast round almost. So,
Is Lilo leaving?
leaving as in
Is she just going back to like where she lives, or is she like leaving?
No, she's going back to where she is.
Oh, that's fine. That's less urgent.
Yeah,
Okay.
leave her. Yeah,
It's fine. I can talk to her whenever. She lives right there.
exactly. All right, so maybe we'll go left to right. So we'll start with Rebecca.
Well, did anyone else want to talk to Gwydion, or?
I think
No?
I want to talk to Rickert more, so
Yeah,
you
I
can
know,
have
I
Gwydion
know.
for sure.
Okay. All right.
Not like more than you, but like I want to talk to Rickert
Yeah.
more than I want to talk to Gwydion.
Fine.
And it's worth noting, Gwydion will only be here for like this interaction. He will not be here past this, right? He'll be leaving with the other two.
It's true.
So, yeah.
You can always grab Rickert later.
So, just to clarify, we'll do just Olwyn and Gwydion in this scene, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Sure, unless Megan has changed their mind.
I'll leave the option open for you.
Okay. Yes.
Waive it.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
No big deal.
Gwydion
It's not like
fine.
it's the last time you ever see him or anything. It should be fine.
Don't say me that, Bob.
Why'd you
He's the
say
only
it like
boy I
that?
like.
Okay, so Gwydion is present.
Gwydion.
He's pretty busy. He's tending. Well, he's a squire now, right? So he's tending to Sir Pedarn, and Sir Pedarn's a fairly needy knight as far as like keeps him very busy. But you catch him in like a late evening the following day. He looks exhausted.
She'll probably bring some water or a wine skin or something over to him. Hi.
So you kind of show up with a wineskin. He looks up. It takes him a
moment or something like whichever would be more appropriate. Probably water because
Yeah.
Olwyn doesn't really like wine, but she might want to look more mature, whatever. But no, probably water.
Yeah,
better.
It takes him a second to even realize you're there. Like he's just when you're like zoned out after a hard day, he has that kind of look, and then Lady Olwyn. He's still sitting, and then he kind of realizes he's still sitting and stands up and kind of gives you like a formal bow. Trying to play the part of a knight and mostly failing at it, but he's trying. So
she'll return it with like a proper curtsy. I still can't get over the fact that you're here. I know I said it before, but I thought I'd never see you again. Not that we were ever all that close, but it's nice to see a friendly and familiar face.
it is. It seems I have your acquaintance. He pauses. Beatrice to thank for that. I tried to save her from some bandits in the forest, but she ended up saving me, and seems she pointed Sir Pedarn my way.
Well, I shall have to thank her properly for that.
Have you been to Glastonbury?
I don't think so.
You should.
Probably not.
You should see it one day. It's really pretty.
Is that where you are? Glastonbury?
Kind of. Yeah. Sounds real uncertain about that. Do you want to make an intrigue roll on that?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Absolutely.
I very much do. That's a success.
You sense that he's being very honest. Like he's not trying to be deceptive. He just literally doesn't know the answer to that question.
Where is it? The last place you were, and where you're going back to?
Yeah, we're going back there, and then we cross the lake.
The lake?
Yeah.
There's a lake there.
Oh, yes. Yes. No, not a lake. The lake. Yeah.
A lake? Oh. Is it of special lake then?
Yeah, kind of, I think. They think
Still
so, anyways.
uncertain.
He kind of turns towards the direction where Pendragon was a moment ago.
Oh. Are there any interesting stories about it?
Yeah, there are, but I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to say about it and what I'm not supposed to say about it.
Was it secret then?
Yeah, I think so.
Really? Oh, that's exciting. Gets across a secret lake full of secrets and mystery, and
Yeah,
sounds lovely.
they say it's important. I don't know. I mean, it beats my father's manor, anyways.
Well, I'm really proud of you being able to pick up the pieces. You always talked about highly by my uncle. I think he loved you like a son.
Yeah, I mean, he was kind to me, like mostly when he wasn't calling me a maggot, but like I mostly did deserve that. So
Oh, I doubt
he was
it. You were always so attentive.
He was kinder than my father is. His intentions were just to make me better. I'm not really
Right.
sure that's what father has in mind. But too late now. I'm out from his shadow.
Well, I know for sure you're going to do better, because you already have. You're doing wonderfully, and I'm real glad to see you thriving. And I hope you'll remember me.
What about you? Here, is this where you want to be? I mean, I didn't really take you for the get married and start a family kind of situation. At least not yet. You know, you're still young. But I heard Lady Melior and those.
I don't.
Your aunt seemed to have
other ideas.
Yeah, I thought that for sure by the next time I saw you, you'd be wed. In fact, I think isn't that why you went to the king's court?
It's why Melior brought me to court. But thankfully the king had other ideas and sent me here. And you know, I don't want to get married and have kids. Not quite yet, of course. Maybe in the future, if I find someone real nice and sweet.
Yeah.
That I'd like. But, you know, not sure I really. I don't know. Everyone who's ever approached me about that sort of thing, it's always been something I can't quite put my finger on about what I didn't like about him. They just all seem wrong. Strange in a weird way. But I don't know. I don't like any of the ones that are coming after me right now. They're all just so intimidating.
Have you heard any news from your brother? I know you'd mentioned that previously.
No, nothing. Maybe one day. But nothing now.
maybe whatever the king has in store for you here will lead you in the right direction.
Right, I'm happy to serve me king and do as something that he wants in some way that will be useful. And
I
I
mean,
don't really have.
it could be worse. You could be back with your aunt, right?
Oh, I could be back with me aunt. Yeah, I could already be married to someone awful. Everything could always be worse, I suppose. But it looks like we're all doing better than we thought we would be about a year ago.
You hear a voice call from the other room. Gwydion! He looks up.
I should let you go.
He sighs though, like there's like a real. I have to go.
You're going to be amazing. I know it.
Yeah, you too. Just be careful here. This place is strange.
It is, isn't it? It's exciting.
Yeah, exciting. for sure.
But good luck. And try to stay in touch. I'll write you.
I think someone can read it for me.
I'm sure your knight can, right?
Oh, well,
And I'm sure
if
he
not,
can write too.
perhaps one of the ladies. And he kind of stops. Someone for sure. Maybe even one of the monks, the brothers.
Sure, as long as it gets to you. It's all matters.
Well,
Bye.
and he's not very good with a goodbye, so he awkwardly wanders away. All right. So it is Beatrice's turn.
I hilariously wanted to talk to Padar. If he and Vivian are together, great. If they're not,
No, it'd be amusing if you did that at the same time. So
At the same time.
yeah. So at first I thought you had Padar and Gwydion together, and I was like, well, I should have gone during this one. Darn. But yeah, I'd like to find Padar.
Yeah, you spot Padarn. He is basically he's like gathering his stuff for the next morning. So he's readying his packs for riding the next day. But he's not doing it in his own chamber. He's like doing it in one of the storerooms because he's gonna go outside in the morning. So
I'm also going to have a water skin and just hand it to him.
He I think he what does he know about? Okay, yeah, okay. It's clocking in. So he looks at you a moment and he goes, "Oh yeah, hey, thank you."
I owe you twice now.
Twice?
Well, you took Gwydion, which I appreciate. So thank you.
I mean, it's really nothing. Like the boy will do well, I think. You might even have a chance to make it as a knight.
I hope he does.
He listens well. Just needs to develop some confidence, I think.
Yeah.
And
he was very brave.
Was he? He kind of raised a brow at that.
I told you he tried to defend me from bandits. One.
True. You sense that the was he is like it kind of contradicts his own
knowledge.
Yeah, his own experiences.
He was ready to fight some bandits for me. He just lacked practice.
Well, I mean, these things happen, I suppose. He's got a long road ahead of him to become a knight, but he seems diligent. I think he just needs to really know what he wants. And to be fair, my road is not a straightforward one for him.
I'm starting to doubt that anyone's is.
That's fair, especially here in Summerland.
But still, I didn't expect you. I don't have much. I don't meet knights. That's not a thing that I do. So I didn't expect you to keep your word that well. So I appreciate it.
Fair. Knights aren't always the caliber that you hear about in tales and stories. So you have a worldliness to your experience, especially being raised as a commoner. That's fair.
And thank you again for saving my life earlier. I was very sure that I was about to be killed. Loaf doesn't like me very much.
Oh. You're talking about the Salisbury Knight?
Yeah.
I don't know what to really think about him. He's well appreciated in the courts here. He's certainly made an effort to be liked amongst the Summerlanders, which, given Salisbury's recent acquisitions of lands that once belonged here, is well, it's a noteworthy achievement, I would say. But it seems he has his eyes on something. He kind of looks out to you. You can overhear actually make an awareness roll. You can add a +5.
Okay, I was gonna say awareness is a tall order for me. Is it high? Yes. Do I roll it terribly a lot? Yes. All right, let's see. Awareness that you bet.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I hear nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know where anything's going on.
I think so. When he says he seems to have his eyes on something, I think you might interpret that as, oh no, he wants to kill me.
I mean, it's not shocking.
Yeah. So, rather than Olwyn, which is his intentions. So,
He wants to kill me.
He
no.
wants to murder me.
I know.
What is it? Murder Mary? What? What's the game? I forget.
Wed, bed, behead.
She'll kind of lean back. I'm not sure you want my full opinion on him. But
well, I would advise you to be careful with those words. Yeah. You are lowborn.
Oh, he's warned me.
He need very little reason for seeing to your end.
I think he's going to find that reason. He's going to find a reason anywhere. So,
and I would advise that you find a formal position within the court here.
Yeah. Yeah. The knight that he killed, he was a good knight, I think. So,
Oh, I heard a little bit of this. You speak of Sir Cadrigan?
He killed the knight last session. Was it Cadwigan that killed him? Oh,
Yeah.
bad me.
It's okay. It's I'm throwing out a lot of names and faces.
Yeah.
Cadrigan's the one that killed him. Leaf is the not mercenary knight that he seems to be working for. But Leaf's the one. I believe Leaf was the one you actually dumped the wine on, though. So you probably just.
And then did Cadwigan threaten me afterwards, or was it Leaf?
Cadrigan threatened you.
Cadwigan threatened me. Can we swap all my words to Cadwigan?
Because
Emily's a mess.
Cadrigan, as noted here, is a mercenary knight in league with Sir Leaf. So some kind of connection. So you're not entirely wrong. You're just
I'm slightly askew here. So yeah, retcon. I meant Cadwigan.
Now you wanted to meet. Yeah. So when you were speaking to Leaf this whole time, were you actually trying to speak of?
I was meaning Cadwigan. I was a bad child.
Yeah, it's all good. Take it a step back. Go ahead and start with the your next statement.
Did he have a family? The boy that Cadwigan killed.
You're asking Padarn, right?
Yeah, I'm asking Padarn.
He says, I don't know that mercenary knight, to be honest. But few who find their ways into being a mercenary knight have a family that cares for them. If they were in league with their family and they truly loved them, they would stay as a household knight. If that wasn't an option, well, they would have friends of family, or they would take up the cloth.
I just have his thing, and I don't. I feel like they should go. If there's no one there, then I guess I'll figure out where they go. But thank you again.
How are things here for you? I know that Vivian thought it best to bring you here.
I live mostly on my own. Lilo helped a bit. She's teaching me things a little, but I didn't meet the lady of the house until almost when we disappeared. When Olwyn got here. So it was a while before I got to meet the household, I guess.
I see. Well, that's understandable, to be honest. It'll take you some time to understand your place here, I think. I didn't entirely understand what Lady Vivian meant. She spoke of your mother, Helid. You have some prominence in your blood, though it's not noble, per se. I'm sure with the proper studying under the old witch, perhaps you'll find what you're after.
Yeah.
But before we dealt with this formal titles of swords and steeds and land, before knights, we were Kimeric first, right? All of us. Various tribes. Lady Vivian assured me that your blood is important, but I don't know what that means.
Entirely sure I do either. I'm sure I'll find out. It seems to be the thing with Vivian. You find out later.
True. That is true.
Are you her knight? Or...
A protector, in the way. I serve the ladies of the lake.
Do I know what that is?
You may make a religion pagan or folklore.
Let's see which is high. Oh, it's gonna be religion pagan. Wow! Guys!
That's
What is
unfortunate.
happening? I'm gonna go to bed.
You know what? I've got a great answer for that. Your mother has specifically avoided any sort of teachings.
Bob had a ready answer for my fumble. Okay.
Yeah.
She's going to look
I'm
at...
always prepared for your fumbles, Emily. I know they're coming in quantity, so...
She's
Yeah.
going to... She's been kind of leaning. She's going to kind of lean forward and just go... I'm really sorry to ask. I don't know what that is.
Did Hillard never teach you of the ladies? Of her own... How odd.
Should I ask Lilo? Is that a Lilo question? If you can't answer.
Yeah, perhaps you'll learn more. And with that,
People keep saying that.
he says, I really need to get back to packing.
Absolutely.
Gwydion!
Before she leaves the room, which she
Yeah.
does pretty much as he's sort of closing out the conversation, she's going to say, thank you again, Pedard. Remember, I owe you. I'm sure someday I'll be able to pay that back, but I hope to see you again. I owe you twice. She holds up two. She, will pause and then walk.
That is noble of you, but you owe me nothing.
He's gonna hear from the hallway. I still do. Then she's gone.
Okay, perfect. And then we shall cut over to Megan, Aeronwy. Who do you want to talk to?
Time. Okay, just to double check, because it's been a little while since we've been given the list. Is Branwen sticking around, or is she one of the people leaving?
Branwen is here.
Okay, and is she sticking around, or is she one of the people that's going with?
She's
Lydia?
sticking around because she has a duel lined up for the following year.
Oh my gosh! Right?
Yeah.
Yay! I hope she doesn't die, because that's my night. Okay. Well, that means I should probably... I will also harass Gwydion.
Gwydion? Okay.
Oh, no.
Gwydian's gonna be
Trying
late.
not to
Darn's just
sigh.
yelling for him for an hour.
Well, it's Gwydion, Pedarn, and then a lady I haven't ever met, right? Those are
Yep.
the people leaving.
Those are the people
That-
leaving.
Yep.
That's fair.
Gotta harass Gwydion.
I gave you so many chances, Megan.
I can
Right.
harass the other people later, but Gwydion's kind of like a ticking clock there.
Yeah. So I think this will be the next morning. Like they're basically getting ready to leave, and there's a slight lull after breakfast.
Ronwy will probably volunteer to help them finish up the last of the stuff. She's had training as a squire, so she'll be helping with getting the horses ready and stuff. And during that time, she'll probably lean over to Gwydion and be like, "Looks like you got a knight."
Yeah. I did. Who'd have thought?
Glad you did.
How about you? Any
like
luck?
him? Did you meet Dame Branwen?
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna ask, where's Sir Governor? Have you heard where he went to?
He actually agreed to be my knight, and then... Did you see the man outside that I was fighting with the black armor that I came in with?
Yeah.
He killed Governor a while ago.
How terrible. I heard the tales of the Goblin Knight. Vivian mentioned them on the way here.
Was... Well, but yes, that's what happened with Governor. I met Dame Branwen, and I think she's my knight. She agreed to have me as a squire for one night, but it was the night that I went missing for half a year, so I'm not sure where we stand now.
Well, I mean, I saw you back east, the way you fought back north when we fought the Saxons. You were brave. Braver than I was, anyhow. You followed our prince into battle.
Did you not?
I did, as a squire.
Oh.
But you fought as if you were a knight.
Didn't really have a choice. Mine was dead.
Yeah. How is Lady Gwynedd doing now after her knight's death?
She
seems
can
like
I roll
this
an insight roll?
Insight for which part?
I just like.
Do
is
you
it
know?
like a bad thing to say? Yeah, no, she's working on a skeleton crew, and also like there's no household knights. This is a disaster. Like, is that okay?
Okay. You can test courtesy, and if you fail, that is absolutely what you say.
Hey, I actually have 2 points in courtesy. We might do this, lads.
Hey.
Oh, so close.
Oh.
I think so.
No.
It's not necessarily wrong, but just the way it's without the proper courtesies, it comes off a bit more cold and harsh. It's like, yeah, I don't know if you've seen the place, but we're not exactly operating with a full staff or any true nightly garrison. And he kind of looks around. He's like, yeah, rough.
Yeah, it's not doing too great. I think that's why we had the Easter celebration at all. You weren't there for that, but there were a lot of mercenary knights. I think she was trying to find some household knights.
Yeah, I heard about the fiasco in the spring, where you all went missing. I'm glad you're back.
I am too. I mean, it only took a couple of minutes for us. I almost died, but we're back now. So I'm glad I got to see you off before you left.
Yeah,
But I wasn't trapped in ferry for that.
I'm glad I got to see you as well. Hey, I hope you get a chance to become a knight. I didn't realize you were lowborn until I came here, but
I didn't realize you were poor. Oh my gosh.
but I know that can be a hurdle. But your father was an esquire, right? So you certainly.
He was.
And, well, Summerland is more Summerland, really. And we do things differently here. So maybe it'll play out in your favor. I mean, or you could always tend to your father's land. Or tend to the lady's land, I think he says, yeah.
I'd like to be a knight, but I think it'll happen. We need knights here, so if I can do it, then might as well have me, right?
I think so. I really do. I heard about the tales with the one they call the Goblin Knight. And is it true you got him down? You got away though, right?
Got away.
But you still cut down a
pretty
knight,
good.
and if the stories are true, he's not even really a knight.
Is he not? What is he?
Well, I mean, he's not born to this world like you or I, right? He's Fae, is he not?
Did Megan know that? Wait, no, Megan knew that, obviously. Did Aeronwy know? He was green! What am I talking about? Obviously, Aeronwy knew that the man was green and weird. Never mind. I don't have to...
Let's roll. If you get a critical failure, then you absolutely don't. You're just connecting it right now. Like, wait a minute. Oh my god, I fought a fairy?
Don't roll it. Look what happened to me.
Fairy or folklore, your choice.
Oh,
as long as you don't fumble, you're good.
I actually have to roll.
Yeah, as long as you don't fumble, Megan, like I do every other roll.
Don't say that. Thank God.
It's just a fail.
You kind of stop yourself as you start to consider. You're like, oh, of course, right? Of course he is.
Of course. I guess he was. He was all green. I guess I fought a fae.
And you won.
I did.
Listen, whatever is here, though, it's dangerous, so you have to be careful. Well, Lady Vivian said that this is the crossover site for the Unseelie.
Well, I've lived here my whole life.
Gwydion! You hear Serpentine. Yeah. Oh, right, you're from here. Well, then you should be fine. It should work out.
It should be fine.
I mean,
you should go.
I doubt the Goblin Knight will want any sort of revenge for... I should head. It was great seeing you again. All the best. With that, he heads off.
All right. Hi, Gwydion. It's nice to see you too.
He waves and then heads off.
What a boy. What a lad. What a little guy.
Very open mouth, insert foot.
Yeah.
Like, in the most well-intentioned way possible, and honestly relatable.
Gwydion is the best. The best of us.
So good.
All right, so I think we'll go ahead and move forward into the feast. Why don't you all give me a quick intrigue roll? We're going to see any sort of gossip you pick up in between now and the feast.
Y'all, if I fumble this roll, I'm going to cry.
I told you if you fumble another roll this session, Darth Vader's gonna show up and
I'm gonna have to like restart roll 20. I'm going to be really
So I'm guessing no bonuses whatsoever to this.
No.
Only asking because I have a 0, so you know.
We all rolled 2.
Hey!
The 2 squad.
Except that's not good for
Not good for Megan. So good. So close. So close. All right. So this is just a matter of Aeronwy, you just don't You are not into gossip, clearly. It's
Nope.
just not your thing, right? And there are a number of people that will be present, but before I quickly do that piece, actually, we'll go ahead and move them down and hide them for now and bring them out as necessary.
Anytime you talk about hiding something, it scares me, Bob.
Alright, it should be fine. So, real quick. So, intrigue success for Beatrice first. We'll do. What? I'm trying to think what Beatrice would be like looking for. It might just be a matter of you overhearing stuff because you're commandeered into helping out for decorations. And we'll get into what that is in a second.
Commandeered, huh?
Right?
Lowborn deared.
Rebecca!
I'm sorry.
Y'all are destroying me.
That Olwyn method acting.
Oh,
Last
God.
Oh, you nobles.
Absolutely obliterating me this week.
So
Sorry.
just real quick, I think so for Beatrice, in decorating, you end up hearing a whole bunch of gossip you don't care to hear, right? Like it's obnoxious. And I'm gonna actually give Beatrice or Olwyn something different, I think. So we'll start with. Sorry, I know I'm kind of thinking on the fly here. I want to make sure I have two things separate that are interesting. So for Beatrice, you hear Edane, who's been spending a lot more time at the court. She's been kind of moved into an unofficial handmaiden for the Lady Gwynedd. In a lot of this, Edane is gossiping with a couple of the other servants in preparation, and they're teasing her. These are a couple of lowborn girls from town. They're teasing her about a potential suitor, someone that seems to be. They're referring to him as Brave Sir Knight when they refer to him. But it's making fun of her a bit. It's like, oh, has Brave Sir Knight come to your, and they're giving a hard time. She's playing it off well enough, but she definitely does seem like bashful. You get the impression that it's probably legitimate, whatever this is. Seems like she's in some sort of romance, like early phases of courting or flirting, whatever it is. It's hard to say whether it's one or the other. But Edane, like you, is lowborn, so unless the knight is a mercenary knight, it's very unlikely for her to wed anyone. Right? Like, she wouldn't have a dowry to present. So, yeah. It's like, here's my one pig.
She's not enjoying this, like, poking fun at her, right? Like,
yeah, she's not really enjoying it. Like, she's bashful about it. She's letting it go well enough. Like, she's good at courtesy. She's very high at courtesy, but she can tell she's not super happy about it.
I'm just gonna interject and ask her a benign decorating question, because I genuinely don't know about decorating. So I'm going to just, like, come up and ask her, given her, like, new status kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh, now I gotta make a character, because I gotta make an asshole here. One sec.
Now I gotta make an asshole.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's make two of them. Oh, that table doesn't work. Let me roll it in the other thing.
I was like, you're just rolling zeros.
Right?
Zero assholes. Perfect.
Zero assholes.
I'm surrounded by assholes. So, Morgan. There's too many Morgans in.
There are.
Katrin and we're gonna go with Katrin but the other one is Pedar. I'll just do this. We'll make it easier. These are the two that were rolled. So Katrin and Pedaru. I don't know how to say
True.
Petru. I like Pedru. That sounds good. Pedru. I'll go with. So Katrin is as Beatrice approaches and asks the benign question. Katrin says, "Oh, well, if it isn't the little rabbit."
She's going to not respond. She's going to look at it and she's just going to keep as if there's no one talking to her.
I think she gets like really spiteful about that. She says, "What's the matter, rabbit? Cat got your tongue? Been spending too much time with the old stinky lady at the apothecary?"
She's going. Out of curiosity, how's the Dane reacting to this?
So I'll make an intrigue roll, actually.
Bob, you're scared.
I know. Hey, there you go.
Apparently, my sheet really likes intrigue.
And you already had it ticked, right?
I do already have it ticked.
It's okay. Don't worry,
So
we're
really
moving
like
into the
intrigue.
next phase soon. Effectively, what you get from this is that there's kind of like a bully situation a bit. Like this Katrin is a bully, and Edane probably just by not playing into it at all, not playing the game at all, like the attention moves off her, right? So she's just not participating, trying to ignore it.
So, how much higher in status are Katrin and Pedro?
They're not.
They're not
no,
fantastic. No. I can say things.
They're low-born, like local girls as well. So
fantastic.
Yeah, and they are. Hold on, let me get you their age. So 14 plus 1d6 for both of you.
I told y'all I was gonna come in here and cause chaos.
Katrin is 19, so she's really acting like a. Pretty rude to you. Well, yeah, for being how much older she is. She's sure not acting her age.
So she's going to be looking at things with Edane and kind of asking about things. She still hasn't reacted as if there's a person there. She's gonna see if they go one more time. Trying to be the bigger person for one more.
She will not be a bigger person. That's not in Katrin.
All right.
She is famously cruel. So she
Fantastic.
will say. She'll say, "Oh, it's understandable for little girls like this. I mean, her mother was probably a witch or some sort of necromancer, for all we know. She's not from here, so."
She is going to turn and say, "Oh, God, were you talking? I thought a crow had gotten in here. Good God." She's going to grab Dane's arm and start walking away.
Okay. She just yells, "Where are you going? Hey, I'm not done."
I keep walking. I'm like, "What? Are we putting this over here? Or are we thinking just going to keep..."
All right. So Beatrice, Edane, when you exit, she says, "Hey, thanks for that. But really, you didn't have to. I mean, Katrin can really be a real bitch."
She does laugh. Yeah, there are always people like that, girls like that.
She's really petty, really petty. don't want you to have to take on that.
I'm pretty universally disliked.
That's true. I'm sorry. I just mean that you're new and like.
No, I'm no lady, and I haven't been since I got here. I wonder. I was brought here by a knight, which makes me wonder if people would react differently had they known that. But
Well, I think they might certainly be more careful. But what do you mean a knight brought you? Who?
it was a knight and another person. Yeah, Pendragon, the one who just left.
Oh, okay, him. She doesn't have too much. She doesn't have too much of a reaction from there.
Yeah, that's fine.
You passed intrigue before, so I'll give you a little bit more. There's like a hopefulness, like you're gonna bring up a certain name when that name doesn't come.
Do you like somebody?
Well, I think so. Why? I mean,
I won't tell anyone, I promise.
well, I know you all got lost or whatever happened to you for months. But I was well, there was Sir Dog, and then at that point you hear Gwynedd say, Lady Gwynedd says, Beatrice, Idane, Katrin,
Sorry,
I need some help in here.
what letter did she say? Was it a D?
Make an awareness roll.
Oh, but that was Emily's awareness sucking.
Uh-huh.
I thought it was a D. Awareness is what
I am
gets...
thinking of.
Stop
That's
it, all of you.
Thank you, Rebecca, for being the first.
I'm shutting off my camera. Oh my god, I passed an awareness roll. We need to throw a party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a D. Yeah. I'm not being sarcastic. The name started with a D.
Okay, I don't know how to put that in my notes without it looking funny.
Sir D.
Okay. Sir D. That was what I was gonna put.
Wow.
I'm like,
Yeah.
but while they're so yeah, she'll go to the lady in the house and pray to God it's not for what she just did.
Not at all. You end up helping with some of the decorations. I am going to cut over very briefly to Olwyn. Can you just give a description for Olwyn's decorative theme for tonight?
So, Olwyn has decorated with a series of like dried herbs and such, like herbs and leaves on strings, various things like holly, laurel, mistletoe. There's like this massive Yule log being burnt, and like jugs of wassail, and there's like, and she's made sure that there's like extra honey and spice in there just to hide the taste of the wine. And there's like little bits of colored glass because there's not a whole lot of wealth, so we can't obviously get actual gemstones and such. But there's they're just like simulate like rubies, bloodstones, garnets, generally like reds, greens, whites, silvers, golds, any of those sorts of colors. There's little bits of frankincense burning, and just like a nice little sprigs of yellow cedar and pine tossed around in various corners of the room. I think that
that's great.
Was everything that I had.
All right. So I'm going to give you your success here. Let me see. Who would be the bearer of this information? Because there's not many people that would have it. You receive a letter from your aunt.
Boy.
And it comes bearing, quote, the greatest of news for you. And so the great news, so this counts as kind of gossip. It's more intrigue for you. She says, great news. So just as an aside, your manor, the manor you're from, is, I'll type it out, Winfleet. Right? So great news, Olwyn. There's been some discussion at the courts in Salisbury, and an arrangement is being sought after by Sir Loof about finding your home back in your proper hands. It is my hope that should you see him at court, and I believe you may, that you thank him for this wonderful opportunity. It is my hope that you will find your father's home once again. With love, your aunt, Melior.
Gonna pull that up real good and go over to the Yule log that's currently ablaze and just
Throw it in the fire. Perfect.
put that right on there. I don't know. I haven't heard anything.
Yep. Fair enough. As I thought might happen. So we'll move on into the feast proper. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Let's go. All right. So feast. So again, limited for Beatrice and Aeronwy in their current state. They are on the floor. For Olwyn, you may test your appearance.
Yes.
So you,
Yes, a 12.
So I know why you're saying yes, but it still sucks for you.
Do you?
Yeah, because you want to use cards.
I do.
But I have some sad news.
So mean to me.
Thou must have 1,000 glory or greater to use a card.
Oh dear. Fine.
So you are still able to do the other things: game, intrigue, flirt. Those are pretty much the big ones outside of card. So we're gonna go with 3 rounds for this, because there might be additional information or various things that you might want to deal with at the feast. We're gonna start with Olwyn at the top.
Yeah. All right. So I'll go roll food.
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 Or not.
Very poor. We don't actually have any catering for this
Right.
feast.
Yeah, we do. So it's this.
Okay.
There you go.
Ooh.
Loach.
What
That's
is
a kind of fish.
What
that
is
you catch.
loach?
Yeah. It's
It's a
fish.
Fire Emblem fish. It may be a real one too.
Fishing.
And what's
I mean, I've always wanted to have cold green sauce on most things I eat, so I can't imagine how.
what is
Yeah.
the second one? Does anyone know
I
what
think
that is?
I think Coney is
We looked this up,
Or
I think,
rabbit?
previously.
Iconia's rabbit.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Okay,
what
and then
normal-
venison.
Menti. Rumenti.
I don't know what
venison.
venison is. I know
That's the
venison. is.
porridge stuff again.
Is it
Had this
porridge.
before.
A venison porridge.
Perfect for Yule.
Yeah, if you look up Coney now, you're just gonna get a whole bunch of hot dogs, I think. So
Yeah, I saw that
Yeah.
on Coney Island.
yeah. But not hot dog jello. So
All right.
okay. So
Okay.
So Olwyn, your option. Now
Yeah.
I don't think you especially probably won't be too terribly long before you're at 1,000 glory. But your first couple feasts, especially as a unmarried noblewoman at 18 right now, yeah, it's gonna take a couple of years.
That's fine. I think Olwyn will want to play a game. It's got a bunch of got
You
a
wanna play a
flower crown
game?
of holly and holiday berries in her hair and stuff. So
Okay.
bouncing around, fixing that, be like, ooh, what they set up.
Are you looking to who do you want to play the game with? Are you looking for nobles, like ladies and knights?
Just some people who look like they're having fun.
Okay.
Maybe less noble.
You could head below the salt and find that's where most of the mercenary knights are, save for a couple of them.
Is Sir Loof there? Because if Sir Loof is there, I don't want to be there.
Sir Loof is present, but not involved. He's not below the salt. He's near the salt. He's actually closer to you now than right.
Gross.
Yeah.
All right.
He's
I'm
across the
going
room, and you keep seeing him at a distance, kind of looking your way, and then he looks away. Yeah.
In that case, not only is she going below the salt to find someone, she's going below the salt out of spite.
Now
to find someone to play with.
You can always, there is a feast option where you can trade your position. Do you want to? Do you want to make that much of a deal of it? It will cost you glory, though. It will cost you.
No.
Okay.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't want to be that obvious about it, but she's just definitely hovering a lot more around below the salt.
Okay. You see some of the knights so there aren't many knights that actually made the cut, right? Effectively.
Mm-hmm.
There are very, very few who did. Let's see. So right now there's a contested position. Mm-hmm. So it's actually complicated. So Lady Gwynedd wanted 3 knights. That involved 3 of them having to capture 3 rabbits.
Right.
Olwyn went missing. Beatrice is contested. So there is 1 knight who's made it, and that's Sir Dogged.
I see. I see.
He
Interesting.
Did
he perhaps catch our other hair? Maybe?
Yes, he
we'll
did.
find out.
Yeah. So, that is the situation right now.
Oh, lovely.
So Sir Dogged, but obviously just to throw a couple names, Kendall's there, your favorite person in the world, Cadogan, and your other favorite person in the world, Loof, are present, but they're not around you. Mm-hmm. They're keeping their distance. And then some of the other mercenary knights have lingered, because there were supposed to be 3 slots, right? So depending on how that goes. Yeah. I think they're hoping for it.
I think she would want to. She'll try to play a game with Sir Dogged.
Okay. Yeah. So I haven't done game a lot in Book of Feasts, but you basically there's a gaming check you can make. And then I think there's actually a list of games. So let me just see what we got. Good thing Game Master isn't mentioned like 150 times in this, so I could do a quick search
Right?
for it.
So it's like making Control F almost like impossible.
Yeah.
You could put game
there we go.
space in the Control F. That'll take away Game Master.
That's smart. That's really smart. But I did find it. There's a list of games, and I shall copy it for you.
Right.
Let's see if that works. Please work.
Where did we put it?
No, that did not work. Let me save it.
Did not work.
Please hold. Elevator music. Okay, so these are the games.
Slimes.
So there's like chess, Four Seasons chess, checkers, Gwidbool, Wooden Wisdom, backgammon dice. It's really more thematics than anything else. You're still
Sure,
testing gaming
yeah.
for all of them. While you're there, go ahead and maybe if you want to like tell me how you initiate this.
He's just gonna be would Olwyn know like
The courtesies
about
of
like
this?
yeah that specifically that these knights are here and therefore it's likely that they're the ones that were involved in the game and like succeeded or are contested, like she knows that much.
Oh yeah, you know all three of you know the layout of that. So there's a contest for the second slot. The third slot was never chosen, and I think the reason why Doggate's like part of the group is because he actually has like he wears her coat of arms now, right?
Oh,
And he
fantastic.
sits.
Perfect. Wonderful. So yes, seeing that is like she'll very, very extra specifically seek him out and be like, oh, it's it. Oh,
Okay.
I see you're part of the house now. Would you like to, I don't know, play a game or something?
Of course, Lady Olwyn, right?
Hi, me.
There's a.
If you
I mean, Olwyn is like again up there in appearance, so I think there's a bit of a look he gives, and I think in the corner of the room there's like a jealous there's a jealous Dane somewhere.
I'm sorry, Dane.
Yeah, but he says that would be wonderful, my lady. Do you have one in mind?
Quite fond of cards.
Cards
You
works. And these are like the old school playing cards, like these big
Yeah,
old things.
tarot style.
Even bigger than that. They had them in, I think Tudors was the historical show that showed them. I mean, that would be years and years later, but it did a pretty good job at showing how ridiculous the size of these things were. I lost my mouse. That's not helpful. Hold on.
No.
Like my mouse is not visible to me. There we go. Came back. Yay. Okay. So you were going to test gaming, Olwyn.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun.
All right.
Failed.
So I'm going to see what his gaming is. So he rolled a 14 and he has gaming of 1. So No immediate victor. Do you want to go ahead and test that again?
Or
There you go.
correct.
And he fails, so you win. It's a bit of a long game, but he says, seems you're the victor.
But I'm not the only one. You seem to be the only one who had a clear and decisive victory in the game months ago.
Oh. I'm pleased to, for all this. You know, I wasn't sure I would be able to find a proper home again. The road is hard, and battle is necessary, but awful when it's the only way to make ends meet.
Imagine. Well, it's nice to have a place of belonging.
More wine? Idane is standing over the top of both of you with wine. And she looks, she's very pleading, like she's got a very innocent look on her face. She's not being cruel. He says, "Oh, Idane. Yes, we were just speaking of Idane and our game at the Equinox."
Aye.
Idane,
He's the one that caught you then.
Idane smiles and says, "It seems so."
Mm-hmm.
There's a brief look with the two of them. And then it kind of uncomfortably like stops and she begins to pour him wine. Is Olwyn carrying a glass? Does she need a fill, or is she?
No, I think she's very specifically getting the wassail that she like made specifically so she didn't have to taste nasty wine. She could just have like honey, sweet spice juice, basically.
Can I bring you anything else, Lady Olwyn? Dane says.
Now I'm doing quite lovely, but if Dogged requires your services.
Sir Dogged looks like uncertain. There's a number of reasons, not just being in the lady's presence, but not being certain of the scenario. He says, well, I think I'm okay. I'd hope to retire a bit early tonight. He stands and says, Lady Olwyn.
All good.
And then he looks to Dane and says, Dane. And then she smiles back and then he leaves.
Ooh. Wow, can I make an intrigue roll on that?
You can.
Dang. Sag. That's a failure.
Failure. Okay.
Failure.
It's really hard to say. You get the sense he's being protective or like really close guarded, but you're not sure why. There seemed to be something between them. For sure. I think you don't need a success to know that as Olwyn. You're just not sure what. Definitely some kind of, you've seen enough with flirting and the various ways that can go backfire in people's faces, what it can lead to, all sorts of things. So.
Dane, I haven't been around for the past 6 months, and, given the fact that I'm living here and, not meant to protect all of us, what's your read on Sir Dogged? Is he strong? Is he brave? Is he a good protector?
She smiles. He is.
And is he a nice person? Because some of the other knights are.
I think that's what makes him stand out the most.
Hi. So he was kind to you when he caught you then?
Very much so.
Good.
He was polite and treated me like a lady, not a lowborn
Good.
as I am.
Means it's a night worth his salt. You treat a lady like a lady. Whether it's a lady or not. That's
Quite
good.
so.
Well,
Well,
was it
I should
interesting?
I should get back to things. Thank you so much, Lady Olwyn.
Of course, and if you ever need anything.
She smiles. What do you think about him? She says, like now curious.
Oh, he seems nice. You know, I've only known him for a couple days, but he seems rather kind, kinder than most of the other knights around here. You know, but I don't know. Haven't really thought about it that much.
I see. She says, there's like a smile, and she says, I should go. Thank you again. And then with that, she's gonna wander off because there hasn't been any, like, she's not fully aware that Owen's catching on yet. So. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and I don't know why I said round 3 of 3. We're gonna move to a 2-round feast. I think we just want to make sure we got enough time. We are going to jump to Beatrice's action.
Hi. So Beatrice is focusing fairly hard on being helpful because Padarn said that I should solidify myself somewhere in a household.
Okay.
To be pretty safe. So she's going to do that. Listen for secrets on the side just because it's nice to have them. But, yeah. She's just helping.
All right, so I think helping won't require any sort of roll, but you can give me an intrigue test to see if you come down with anything if you're looking to overhear gossip.
Oh, I was doing so good.
They don't.
Alright. I'm gonna be helpful.
But as you're wandering around, you kind of you're how tall are you? You're roughly...
right now, so
Yeah.
she's probably, I don't know. She's not tall. She's average. She's gonna be average in the end, but she's 14, so
Okay.
probably like 5'3", 5'2", 5'3".
Okay. You kind of round like a group of people. So like at this stage, it's still pretty early on. People are gossiping, waiting for the food and mingling. You're moving about, and you kind of look over, and you see Cadogan far across the room. But you're like, oh, good, and then you kind of turn back, and you almost like bump into someone, and you see it's Sir Loof who you run into.
I'm gonna die.
I'm in danger.
So she's going
I'm in
to
danger.
I'm in danger. It's me every session, guys. Every session I'm like, I'm in danger. She's going to very properly try to like curtsy or bow. Honestly, I'm pretty sure she'd bow. She's not, because of who she is as a person. So she'll like bow her head and say, I'm very sorry, sir. And then try and go around him and keep going.
He says, he kind of puts a hand on your shoulder, very soft, very gently. He says, before you go, Beatrice, was it? You didn't give him your name previously.
Cadwin is my name. I'm just gonna say what was there. I don't know. Yes, of course. What can I get you?
I don't think we were properly introduced before. What with the accident at the last feast and all. My name is Sir Loof of Salisbury, Milford County to be, or Milford 100 to be exact. I wanted to say hello. How are you?
I'm well, thank you, sir.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I've recovered from the fright of that day.
Yes, I heard terrible thing. The Barrow Vale, was it? Oh, so many bad stories about the Barrow Vale. It seems one's fate can be tied permanently to such a place. There was that terrible news of the night. The one that never returned. What was his name again?
Indeed. I say his name. I can't remember. I need to start writing this down.
I can look it up.
She would remember his name because she made a point of knowing his name. And she still has all of his stuff. Including an amulet. So
you probably know then. No, it's fine. You can say you know. For
yeah,
sure.
so she's going to say his name.
It was Mervyn, by the way. Sir Mervyn.
Yeah. I'm writing it down.
It was an M name.
Yes, Sir Mervyn. An awful news to hear about that. I hope that the duel in the spring or summer, whenever it's set to, can resolve this once and all before God.
As do I.
I was curious. It seems that you spend a lot of time at this castle, or at this manor. What is your position here exactly?
I'm a handmaiden to Lady Olwyn.
Oh. That's interesting because, well, others were saying that you spend a lot of time at the apothecary.
Yes, I run errands for the lady on and off, and I help the old woman on and off as well. I'm kind of lots of jobs at once, it seems.
Indeed.
But primarily a handmaiden for Lady Olwyn.
Multi-skilled, I see. Very good, very good. Well, it's been wonderful seeing you again. I hope that I can see you and those you acquaint with more often.
It's been a pleasure to see you as well, sir.
I just love the spam down.
Yeah. She's
thumbs down.
Spam thumbs down. Yeah, that's Beatrice's brain this entire time is vomit or thumbs down. But being very courteous because goodness gracious.
Yeah. He says, well, I'll let you get back to it. Until next time.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Do let me know if there's anything you need. And then she's going to walk away.
Oh, I will be certain to do so. Thank you.
She has her back to him and she winces. Like, can I make eye contact with either Olwyn or Aeronwy and just say I make eye contact and like panic glance?
Sure, though there's not time in the same round to resolve it. It'd be like Olwyn's just looking up for a second after cards and you see that scenario because you're probably constantly
the eye contact and then the like, the girl help me face, like the girl or like oh god or help me face, just like, and then keep going.
Yep. All right. So we'll go ahead and throw Sir Loof on here now that he's made his presence. Aeronwy, what is your action for the first round?
Aeronwy? Is Rickard here?
He is.
Oh my gosh!
He is
Rickard's
seated
here.
like a squire upon the floor.
Upon the floor. Just like me, baby. We're floor besties.
Floor besties.
Well, I'm probably going to go up, get my food, and then sit down next to him.
Some wonderful green sauce. Green cold sauce.
Some of that green sauce, baby. I mean, hey, it could be like a fun little... They didn't have avocados. I'm lying to you. It could be a fun little avocado sauce. Those are in South America right now.
Yeah. A banana is like the same price as like the cost of living here, basically. At this point.
Yeah.
Oh.
You want a banana?
So Rickard's here. What are you aiming to do? What's your hope?
Just
Your
wanna,
intention?
like, check in, essentially. Like, wow, that's weird that he is here. Want to figure out how he has progressed, because Aeronwy's been keeping an eye on his progress, and then she left for 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So she'd probably sit down.
Do you want to make this so just in the spirit of the feast? Do you want to either like play a game with him or it's probably the best one, honestly, unless you're gossiping about him to other people, which I don't think you would do. So you know what, you could I don't think you have any intrigue. If I remember, your intrigue 0, so you might not want to do that.
No.
But if you'd like
It's
to
ticked.
Yeah, it's ticked. So yeah, I would tuck away from that. You can always play. I mean, he'd be down for a game and be a nice leisurely thing to do for a couple of squires.
I think I'll come now over with my food and a deck of cards.
Okay.
And say, do you know any fun games?
Not with cards, no. My older brother, Jareth, he always preferred backgammon. Always liked the idea of the polar sides, good versus evil. They say it's the oldest game, you know.
Older brother, does that mean you've remembered your family and everything?
Well, kind of, yes. Why don't you give me a game test first off before he continues in?
Yeah. Gaming. And I don't have any of the feast stuff. The good feast stuff bonuses. What are they called?
Geniality?
Probably.
That's it. If you oh, so close. Oh, any bonus you would have had that.
Do I have one geniality, Bob?
You do not.
Oh,
Not on the floor, you don't.
Floor baby.
let Rickard have this one.
He fails.
Bastard.
Why don't you give me one more test?
Okay.
You never know.
Oh my goodness, I'm rolling so low.
And another test. So
weird.
normally it won't be like this, but I don't mind with the way things are. This is kind of a back and forth. It's like you're playing war, you know, where the cards keep going to the one hands and then the others. And this is not like this. Whatever this is, if you guys don't succeed here, neither of you, it's just like one of those games. It doesn't end until you're interrupted, right? He wins at the very end, but we'll continue into we'll go back now and continue back into the conversation. He says, when you say, so you remember your family, he says, kind of, but don't tell anyone. I'm not ready to leave here, not yet.
All you wanted to do was go home.
I did.
Before I left.
I did. Things weren't very good for me in Fairy.
you mentioned I, and I did notice.
He shudders a bit, like you can tell he's reliving it right now in his thoughts. And he's like, I don't really want to get into it, but
We don't have to talk about it.
I'm finding peace here, and I don't know what will be required of me when I return. Is it really 485?
Megan's gonna assume yes. Yeah, what year do you think it is? Or year do you remember?
I remember invading Summerland with my knight. Do you know Sir Dallin of Durnford?
You when you said like invading Summerland, there was just like this look of like, oh man, oh. But then we get to like Dallin, she's like, Sir Dallin. I met him we were ambushed together.
I lost him during the raids. We followed Uther and the prince into Summerland, and we followed orders as requested. But then the mist came and I was taken.
No, yeah, I don't need to know. Yes, Dallin was held hostage. I think here, actually, in this manor.
You said you know him?
Met him. Uther called everyone to muster at one point, including Summerland. And the night here, I didn't have a squire, so I went.
Yeah, I'm from House Newton in Salisbury. My brothers, Jareth and Jaren, we live very close to Durnford.
Oh. I can't say I recognize Newton as a name, but also don't know how to get word to Sir Dallin, but I do know him. Know of him.
When you say word to Sir Dallin, he puts his hand on your arm, like almost like panic. Right. He says, "Please don't. Please.
You don't want to go back. You're right.
I don't want anyone to know yet until I've overcome this. But
of course,
I went down. I went down to the stream while you were all gone, and when I looked at my reflection, it's how can it be 485, and I still look like I did when I left? I don't. I should have aged, yes? 2 years?
I suppose, but I mean, we were gone for 6 months and it only felt like a handful of minutes. I think time works differently there.
No, I don't know. And then with that, he kind of is like, you're playing this game. It's like long and methodical, and maybe is this something where Aeronwy just like kind of lets him win, or is she?
I think that on one hand, Aeronwy is not necessarily trying, and on the other hand, her gaming score is a 1. She couldn't have to try. If she tried.
Yeah, it's true.
It's kind of the thing where it's like, you're not paying attention to the game, and then you look down and you're like, how in the world did I last an hour like this?
Yeah.
What are the rules?
Finally it ends with him just going, oh, I guess that's it then. Good game.
Game. And I promise I won't tell anyone.
Please don't.
I'm glad you remember and you feeling well enough to out in a feast and stuff.
My thanks. I appreciate everything you and the others have been doing for me, but I really don't want you to put yourselves out. I'm okay, and this is just temporary.
It's not putting ourselves out. I mean, we're worried about you, but
I'll be okay.
also, you're good company. Not putting yourself out if it's just spending time with a friend, you know?
He'll smile at that. I am. Well, I'm gonna maybe stretch. We'll talk soon. He gets up to
Of course.
All right.
Gonna
Sorry,
hear
go
and
ahead.
eat.
All right. So as we moved into round 2, there's a bit of an envoy that arrives. Interestingly enough, some nobleman and his entourage. Olwyn does not need to test for this one. As he arrives, you recognize him. Now announcing Sir Morian, Castellan of Great Bridge Castle. That the older man, for both Beatrice and Aeronwy, you can do a recognize roll if you'd like. See what you know.
Guys, I'm having another I'm in danger moment.
Having
A very big I am danger moment.
A fumble on a 0.
Emily is scared.
Well,
Oh,
it's
so
not.
close.
Okay.
It's not Emily who rolled, so we don't have to worry about Sith Lords.
Well,
So as Sir Morian enters, he says he just moves towards he's at the high seat with Lady Gwynedd. The two are trading and discussing, and it seems like he's a guest here, sitting above the soul. For Aeronwy, what do we do with a fumble and a recognize a 0?
I don't know, man.
You must
Dude,
really
is this
think
the
he's
local
somebody
power?
else. You assume
I saw that guy
Great
barking yesterday.
Bridge. Oh man, no, you hear him announce, so you wouldn't mess that part up. I would assume. You mistake him for an older knight that you met from somewhere in Logris, like when you were actually riding to war, and that knight was particularly rude to you, and that's who you think this is.
This asshole, why is he here?
Yeah.
Kill him.
out of general curiosity, do they seem to be having at all a heated argument, or is it kind of cordial, like I'm very clearly a guest that you invited?
Well, that sure sounds like an intrigue option.
It sure does. I should have put so many points in intrigue.
But I
Right.
will remind you that I do offer, between rounds, now that we're moving to round 2, I do offer a chance for the PCs to come back together and do a chat, if you'd like to.
I would like that. And Bob, if I'm remembering correctly, this was the man that was colluding with my aunt to get.
Yeah.
I thought so. Yeah.
Well, to be fair,
also
who your
scary.
aunt was colluding with.
Yeah.
What's that?
I said he's also a sheriff, which is scary.
It-
A little frightening. On the
Alright.
crime end.
I'm just gonna fix something real quick. Why don't you three begin your chat, and I'll be back in a second. Yeah, 1 second.
Cool.
So yeah, Beatrice. I'm gonna assume this is also after Beatrice made the eye contact with you of like, oh god, like
The girl help.
yeah, the girl help look. It's like, and so she's going to beeline it for you.
Beatrice line it.
And she's
Yeah,
just going to come in next to you and just say, Love definitely wants to kill me. Maybe something else. I don't know.
Nonsense, he won't kill you because that'll make me angry.
You might want to make that clear, because I'm pretty sure he doesn't care. Pretty sure he has some pretty good information on me that's not good.
I think he's just trying to intimidate you, but I'm saying that with no real idea, though. So.
Yeah. This is not my best feast, and the last one ended badly for me. Where's Aeronwy?
I think I saw with Brickhook, actually, which...
I think Aeronwy is actually probably going to make her way over because Brickhook kind of just left her to sit after a while, so she might have even seen the loof thing and then immediately gone like, oh no. And so she's kind of like made her way from her spot on the floor to like, is everything all right?
Yeah, they definitely want revenge. It's great. It's gonna be fine.
I'm sure it will be. I mean, he's really vying for, a sport as an asshole night with Lady Gwynedd, and granted, I hope he doesn't get it, but...
So the guy who just walked in.
Yeah.
Who is that?
Why is that some guy I met at a muster? Jerk.
What? He was at a muster?
As the three of you look over to talk to him, or like to look at him, you notice Lady Gwynedd is talking to him, and she kind of motions towards the three of you, and he looks over at the three of you, and he just nods. And she continues. She continues talking, and he's just nodding, and then they look away again, kind of thing. You know that paranoid thing when you're like, oh yeah, you have no idea.
Oh, yeah.
They were 100% just talking about you for a second across the room.
Yeah. Out of character question, I'm aware that spell casting is not great, right? Law-wise?
Yeah. I mean, it's
great.
pretty strongly. So you're in Summerland. That's good. Yeah, so there aren't as many angry Christians about it.
Thank God.
Yet.
Okay.
So, but generally, like, if it's malicious, then yeah, it could be seen as a malicious weapon, right?
Yeah, okay. I just have some people that don't like me, and that makes me nervous. So she's going. So I'm assuming, does Olwyn explain who he is?
Oh yeah, she was just about to, just like, I swear that he'd be strangely be at a muster. He's kind of like a sheriff of Cadwy.
He's the sheriff of Cadwy?
Oh, Cadwy's sheriff, yeah.
He's a Locust Knight, isn't he?
Well, I didn't know why you would think that. I mean, I know he seems powerful, and you tend to value the martial strengths and such, but people can be strong and powerful and such without those sort of skills. I mean, I'm sure he's got but I don't think he's a knight necessarily.
I swear I've met him.
We can go up and
I rolled a 20!
I try not to. I don't want to interact with him if I can, because me aunt was trying to talk with him to get me married off in the first place.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to interact with him either, so I guess we're on the same page.
Love sends his regards, by the way.
I know I aired it gross.
Cool.
Disgusting.
Aeronwy,
Mhm.
you didn't tell anyone what happened when we were, being attacked by a giant troll, right?
I told him Cadwigan killed Melvin, and I told him I almost died. Is that what you're looking for?
Specifically one thing when you almost died.
Now, Bob, I have a question for you. Would Aeronwy have noticed that? Would she have definitely connected it to Beatrice? Or would she have just been like, I'm not dead. Incredible. And then run?
No, give me an awareness test.
This is gonna be
Good
so funny if you
retrospective.
fumble. I'm gonna find it hilarious. It's gonna be so funny if you do.
Okay.
Sorry, I succeed.
Not only do you, so fairy is like, the way one experiences fairy is it's filled with magic. Everything about it is magic, right? You, with no certain doubt, actually witnessed Beatrice manipulating that magic in fairy to protect you. That's what that awareness tells me. You don't know how or why, and it's kind of like it was all at once, so maybe it hasn't crossed your mind since that moment, because maybe you aren't reliving your near-death experience on a regular basis. Suppression does wonderful things. So,
So I think after Beatrice asks that, Aeronwy's gonna be like, no, and then she's going to see Olwyn and remember that Olwyn wasn't with us, and she's gonna be like, nothing else.
Yeah, Olwen's face is just like
Okay.
as if it's like the first time she's hearing about like the giant and whoa.
I'm just nervous in general with the new guest, and she's so I'm going to keep to the corners of the room. Is there anything you two want me to do? Or just keep on the same?
Giant?
Yeah, we got attacked by a thing while we were in fairy.
Oh.
It grabbed me.
Not
and,
great there.
Almost died.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you didn't.
Too.
I am too.
Seems a few things happened. How's Rickard Aeronwy? I'm thinking of checking up on him. But
He's doing better. I mean, obviously he's out and about and talking.
good.
I think he would like it if you talk to him, probably.
Yeah. Good. I want to overwhelm him. Yeah,
It's true.
I mean,
He's worried about putting us out, which, I don't feel that, but that's what he's
I don't
worried
feel that
about.
either.
Maybe you can talk to him.
Yeah, maybe I can help ease his doubts about that. Maybe make it seem like he's useful or something. Like we need him just as much as he needs us. Even though it's a bit presumptuous, but
Sure, he needs us anymore, but
well,
maybe it'll make him feel better to feel useful.
I know I do.
Exactly.
It's nice to feel needed.
Guess. I think he'd like that. And Beatrice, last time We asked you to do something at a feast. You got 2 men trying to kill you, so I think
Yeah,
I'm
I think
gonna
they're
not
still
ask
there.
you to do anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna be helpful. I'm going to be a handmaiden, and I am going to be great.
Oh. Actually, Aeronwy.
Yes.
I don't know if there's anything there, but pretty sure your sister has is really enjoying her duties.
Can I roll an intrigue check on this?
I'm not
With your
sure you
zero?
need to.
Yes, with
I'm not
my
sure you need
0.
No, I
Beatrice
saw
is
you.
common.
That's why she like changed her voice. Like, oh,
I will give you a bonus. You critted that one. I was gonna give you a +1. Yeah, I was gonna give you a +1. You 100%. You 100% your own overprotective sister, probably at this point. Let's be honest.
Yeah. I bet she is enjoying it. Is there anything else, though? She looks at Beatrice.
No, not
With
at all.
She probably noticed this.
Yeah, she noticed the
Always
overt.
gonna
Like,
try and like furrow her brows. Like, I don't know what you're talking about, Beatrice. Just
no, there's nothing.
I think
There's
there is.
absolutely
actually.
nothing. It's not important.
Why didn't you want?
It's not
Olwyn to say?
life-threatening.
oh,
That's usually the way to describe anything that's really good. It's not gonna kill them, probably.
It's not
There's a
life-threatening.
good chance they
She
won't
won't
die
die.
from it.
Not life-threatening. No chance of bodily harm.
Did
well,
she?
no,
Did
I'm
she tell you not
concerned.
to tell me?
No, she actually didn't. I'm just trying to not tell you everything. Ask your sister. Talk to your sister, please.
Maybe I will.
I know one thing, and I promise to keep one thing, and so I just need you to ask her, and me not to be the one it came from.
That is admirable.
It's
That you are trying to keep a secret for her. And I
I'm
respect that, and I'm going to ask her about it.
fantastic. To be fair, it's not a bad secret, and I'm keeping a promise, not a secret, which is considered actually very honorable.
Already said I respected it, Beatrice. It's fine.
Yep.
Thank you for not telling me, yet somehow also still bringing it to my attention.
I didn't mean to, if that makes it any better.
Not sure.
Really bad at this. I don't like feasts. I'm very bad at them. She walks away.
yes, I mean, Mom is just an inkling, but
So just to make this, I love complicating. I think the way you complicate a feast is you give people too many options and then give them a limited number of rounds. So
Hey.
I just want to draw attention to Branwyn's here, just to make Megan stress over what to do as an option. In addition to that, you all, and you're all not a fan of Cadogan and Sir Luf at this point. You see Sir Luf and Cadogan, their eyes aren't focused on you all, and maybe that's why it surprised you.
Wow.
You see them actually pointing to somebody on the floor. They seem to be discussing something about somebody on the floor. Rickert in
better not
particular.
be Rickert. Go fuck that shit.
There-
I'm.
All right, so we'll begin the round with the near the salt. Olwyn. Lady Olwyn.
Oh.
What you gonna do?
I'm gonna
I
go
did it last
protect my
time.
boy. I don't want to talk to Lou. I don't want to talk to Lou. I'm gonna go talk to her. And be like,
I think I must have had a
Okay.
blip there or something. It says welcome to the chat again. Thought it must have dipped.
Yeah, I also saw that. I don't know how it happened, but yeah, I'm gonna go try and save Rickard.
Okay, what's your intention here? What do you want to do?
I don't like the way they're looking at him.
True.
So I'm gonna ask him to take a walk.
Okay. What does this look like for you?
I'm going to get a jug of wassail and bring it to him.
Okay.
And here you go. Hi.
And that's so you gave Rickard water, is that correct? Is that what I heard?
Oh, the wassail, the spiced honey wine.
Gotcha. Okay. Rickard, he'll nod and you gave it to Rickard, yes? That was your intention? Okay,
Yeah,
just wanted to
yeah,
make
yeah.
sure. Sorry, I was multitasking, making sure that I didn't drop.
No worries.
He'll take the wine. Thank you. How are you,
Hi. Oh,
my lady?
I'm. Thank you. And she'll just kind of bow her head. Would you like to take a walk? I'm really proud of all my decorations. Can I show you them?
Of course, of course.
Mm.
This was your design?
Gwynedd gave me a lot of freedom, and I had a lot of ideas. She's rather kind at indulging requests.
You can test intrigue for this, I think. And we'll, just to make sure we kind of limit for round 2, we're going to give you all about total 4 minutes per interaction here, just to keep things along. So we'll start that timer now. So Olwyn, Rickard says, this is really nice. This looks really nice.
Thank you.
You notice that Luff and Cadrigan sort of follow you. It only spices their attention up a bit, noticing that Olwyn is interacting with Rickard here.
Don't like that. Stop it. Yeah. Have they been giving you any trouble? And she'll kind of and nod surreptitiously to Cadrigan and Loof.
Who? Oh, them. Isn't that the knight accused of murder?
Aye.
I don't like the looks of them. At least the one.
Me neither. Oh, it's cute. Oh, I don't want them to hurt you, or
Why would they
come near you.
Why would they hurt
I don't
me?
know. I don't know. Well,
Okay.
Anyway,
okay.
sorry. Just I don't want them to be trouble. Just if anybody ever gives you any trouble, I want you to come find me. Come find me or Aeronwy.
Okay.
And
Do you know why? Why are they looking this way? Is it just, are they trouble for you? Were they looking at me? Why are they looking at me?
Yeah. I don't know.
You don't think they recognize me, do you?
Recognize you?
Well, I mean, no one knows who I am now, right? Not even me.
Well, I Well, should they recognize you?
I hope not. Where are they from?
From my old, from the county of, the hundred of Milkpool.
I don't know where that is. You said your old county? What county?
I think it's technically Salisbury.
I have to go. I'm not feeling well. I'm gonna go lay down. Thank you. We'll talk soon. Okay?
Right.
And with that, he leaves like really abruptly. He almost knocks into one of the servers as he goes.
I'm gonna turn around and just like give a look to Loof and Cadwigan.
So with your intrigue score, he had a reaction to Salisbury that kind of surprises you because you're like, well, why would he care? I mean, he barely remembers. You know, for several months, he was just mumbling, "I want to go home" over and over and over again. Why is he so concerned about that reaction about them being from Salisbury? So the success means you know that it was increased panic when Salisbury was mentioned.
As is sensible, honestly.
Yeah.
Salisbury.
Yeah, I'm just giving Olwyn what she doesn't know in character yet, but Rebecca knows. So, all right. And then when you kind of turn and Ricker's gone, the two of them look away and kind of go about their own business again. All right. So,
I like huff and look at them as the scene fades to next.
Beatrice,
Hi.
what do you want to
I am the least exciting person. I would like to do this basically the same thing that I did.
do? Which is
Being a very good worker and also listening for secrets, and that's about it. She's keeping to the edges.
okay. Intrigue roll.
Alright. It's an intrigue. We've been friends. It was almost friends. I'll take it.
Almost friends. Not bad.
Almost friends. We were pretty close.
You try to listen and you're doing a good job, but you find yourself like incredibly overworked. And as it kind of gets to the end of your bit, you're like, you look around, you're like, man, it shouldn't be this difficult. There aren't that many guests. There are multiple servers here, right? You have the two we just named, Katrin and Pedro, right? Yeah, your favorites.
Yeah.
And a Dane and you. Like, it shouldn't. Wait a minute. Where's a Dane?
Uh-oh.
I love her. So I don't see a Dane at all.
Yeah, and it takes you a little while to realize. So I'm gonna. You failed the intrigue, so I would have gave it like you would have caught on earlier. But it's kind of like the end. Unfortunately, the end of your round is you realizing that she's gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But you're still left with something interesting. So.
Yep.
Aeronwy.
That's such an interesting thing you said about Edane. I'm gonna roll something real fast.
Sure.
Specifically because I remember that Branwen is here too. So I'm going to roll Love of Family as if it were a regular check. I've succeeded on Love of Family. I am choosing to look for Edane.
Okay. So we're going. So this will. You look. You scour. Well, give me an awareness test for this one.
love testing awareness. I've fumbled awareness. I can't see anything, Bob.
Oh,
I got
no.
pocket sanded.
It's way better than that, because 20s always lead to running into somebody when you're doing intrigue. So you're wandering around looking, unless it's very you're looking for Edane, and you start to realize that you can't find her in here at all. So you go around in circles. Dancing has begun at this point, right? There's lots of merriment, and as you near sort of the head table, you see someone standing before you, and as you move past them, they clear their throat. He sort of turns his face a little bit and looks at your scar and says, "You're Aeronwy, yes?"
Yes. She's got a little bit of like a standoffish look. Like, she's not being rude at this point, but there's a very much like, I want to talk to you.
My name is Sir Morian. I'm the sheriff of King Cadwy. I'm also castellan of Great Bridge Castle. I'd like to ask you a couple of questions if you have the time.
God. Well, the standoffish look disappeared when he said the thing that Olwyn said, and Aeronwy is like, I realize I've rolled a fumble now. I didn't know this guy. Olwyn was correct. But then he says, I want to ask you questions, and she's like, she gets sent to the principal's office look instead. Or sir?
I heard about your encounter with the Goblin Knight. Is this true?
Oh! Yes?
I also heard that he left his armor and that you were successful in the duel. You're a squire? Yes? Sir Derwin was your knight former? And a mercenary knight in between?
Govnan, yes.
Yes, he kind of like blows right past Govnan, like that guy. Who cares about him? He says, interesting. Now, I'm not sure if you're aware, but our prince is missing.
Yes. She looked like she knew something about that, unfortunately. Very guilty look crosses over her face. She's been holding on to this for a long time.
He is an intrigue guy, so let's see how this goes. Yeah. I see. He means something to you. Were you, by chance, one of the... Well, I heard accounts from those few who returned from fighting the Saxons in Malahut that they saw something, an image of our prince. He led them to victory.
Did, yes. That isn't the last time I saw him, though. If he went missing after that, then...
No.
I think I saw him again.
Perhaps you did. You're from here, yes? This is your town? Mm-hmm. My understanding is that the king had assigned him to escort Lady Olwyn. Or rather, he volunteered. No one commands Prince Melwis.
He did. He was. I saw him here. Hang on. We're gonna see if she blurts it out or if she has to, like, or if he has to ask.
Yep.
Please do. Oh, well, we failed honest. We've also failed deceitful. He can ask.
Okay. You know what? Usually the ruling is if you fail both, Bob gets to decide. So I think you kind of you go to blurt out and stop yourself. You're like, you. What would be your blurt out? What would you maybe say and cut yourself off with?
Well, it's... she feels an immense amount of guilt about this because she was about to go in to like help out, and then she like pulled back, saw Rickard instead, grabbed him and left. She genuinely thinks that she is like responsible for the prince's death at this point. This has been on her mind and on her shoulders this whole time of going like, I left him to die.
Okay.
I left him to die.
So maybe that's what it is. Like, you don't say anything, but you have this look of guilt, and he'll put a hand like on just like on your shoulder like this, or like a fatherly hand, and he says, young one, you are not responsible. He is captive, not dead. Their demands thus far have been far too high.
I see.
You've won that armor fair and square. It is yours. But if it is of interest, it may be something that can be used as a bargaining. A ransom in turn.
It's my fault. It's my fault that even with, if it can help get him back, then I'll hand it over immediately.
Young one, I must inform you, what you hand over is no mere armor. It is a relic from Fairy. It is worth considerable value. Are you certain that you wish to part ways with it?
It's the right thing to do, isn't it? I could have helped him and I didn't. And now I can.
I will leave it to you for now. I do not want to rush you into a hasty decision. Should you wish to follow through with this, then perhaps we can gather an escort and we can make the proposal known to the Goblin Knight and Fairy.
Of course.
Until then, it is yours to keep.
When should I give you your answer, or are you going to come back and ask again?
I will return after the equinox in spring.
Well, ready. And thank you for telling me. I'm glad he's not dead.
He is not. But if it were anyone but the prince, it would be a terrible affair to be there as long as he has. Let us hope that time is on his favor when he returns. Or the king may be quite irate.
With Goblin Knight, or?
Let us hope that is the case. He's not insinuating you.
Okay, because that is a little bit what Rodney was going.
You also have an intrigue of 0, so I can't give you anything more. So, yeah.
Yeah, I've got nothing, man.
Okay. All right. So that will conclude the feast. We're gonna spend the last little bit ranking up your characters into the winter feast, and we're gonna start by, please flip open your sheets and change your age to +1 your year. So if you were, the timey-wiminess of a couple of months lost will not have an impact on your character's age. If you ever should enter Fairy and return like 6 years later, well then that will, right? But
Mr. Boab?
yeah.
Did you want me to tick gaming?
Yes, you succeeded at that one.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
And also, wasn't there one other thing? Aeronwy, you have awareness checked, right?
Yeah, I've got awareness checked.
That was your test for the session, so I figured I'd check. All right, so let me know once. So let's just do. So we words are hard. It's late at night. Olwyn is 19 now.
Is 19 now.
Beatrice is 15 now.
I am 15.
Finally.
I'm so far behind, y'all.
And Aeronwy is 19.
19.
Y'all are 19 and I am 15.
Yep.
Little baby.
I want to do big kid stuff.
Ooh, maybe
child.
it.
I'm just a
Baby.
baby.
It's okay. You might be the youngest, but Olwen's the baby.
Somehow I
Beatrice,
think that's true.
there's one other thing. Let me just see what level you have it at before I say that. What's your sight at?
My
know what it's-
sight?
Yeah.
Where would I find sight?
It will be.
I don't see sight.
Oh geez, I'll have to double check the rules on that one. I swear there was like a magical sight score that you needed to track as well.
Oh, I wasn't.
Oh, it's
tracked.
down. It's down below. Yeah, you had it. It's a 3.
Where is it? Oh, I have it at 3.
Yeah, go ahead and tick that as well. That's like an automatic in fairy. It's like, can I see magic? Yep. So yeah, when you're yeah. So under 5, you're just gonna get that. Okay, so I think that covers off everything. So now it's pretty simple because you don't have a lot of complexities to this. We're gonna tally up your glory, but we're gonna wait on that because we got to do that together. We might as well get through the rules first. So starting with Olwyn, you're gonna look at your sheet. Everything you have ticked with a checkbox, you're gonna roll that thing, and you want to fail the roll. If you fail the roll, it goes up by 1 automatically. If you succeed at the roll, it doesn't go up. So the idea is it gets harder for it to auto rank up as you get better at it, right? But when you
Makes
suck
sense.
at it, it's pretty easy to go up.
So roll that.
Yeah, man. Roll high. All right. So first is energetic.
Hey,
Success. All right.
rough.
Unticking energetic. Merciful. Balls. Prudent. Failure. So I'm assuming that I put prudent up by 1 and therefore reckless down by 1.
Correct.
All right. This one is interesting because I have both trusting and suspicious.
Yeah, so
So-
you do them one at a time, left to right.
One
So
at a
you
time. Right.
check
Okay, so trusting first.
first.
Trusting. Success.
So no check there. And now suspicious.
Suspicious. Also success.
So no change.
No change.
Apparently they balance each other out, right?
And then down to the passions.
Yeah.
Hospitality. Failure
There you go. That's a
goes up.
That's a good one to fail. 15 is a
Yeah.
really good one to fail.
Is now 16, so I think I'm famously hospitable.
You are. Makes sense given your arc this round. So you helped basically, you assisted with this whole thing.
All right, and then on to my skills. Awareness. Failure. Unchecking.
Yep.
Fairy lore. A failure.
There you go.
Flirting.
It's almost like you went to fairy.
It's almost like I went to fairy.
Yeah.
Oh, a fumble on flirting. Incredible. That means it goes up by 75. No, it's just up to 7.
Yeah, that's like, it's not called Cthulhu. What are we doing? Yeah,
Right. All right. And then gaming, a failure. Perfect. And then hunting. Pretty sure I don't have to roll because it's a 0.
If it's a 0, you auto
Failure.
succeed. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to roll dice. All right. And those are my rolls.
Okay. All right. That's good. That was actually, I mean, for how it started bad, and it worked out good.
Started bad.
Now
yeah.
watch Emily succeeded everything.
Yeah, I mean, it tracks really well for how my rolls go.
All right. So you're opening
I don't have
up.
anything that's at a 0. I think all the things I've checked.
So left to right, start with personality traits.
I got honest checked somehow. I don't remember how.
Me either. But you get to roll it. I mean, we've been in 485 since the game started. So
Well,
apparently you're +1 in honest. And
y'all,
minus-
I'm really bad and deceitful now. Like, bad. Next is suspicious, because, girl, she's suspicious. Oh, come on. Like the one I wanted to go. Okay. I don't have any passions that are checked right now. I thought I had deity, but I might have been wrong.
You did have deity. You did have deity.
Was that
Like, you succeeded in fairy.
last year?
Yeah. Okay.
No, we haven't
then I
done a
forgot
level
to
up this. We haven't done a level up since the game started. So
Then I forgot.
yeah, go ahead and roll it. It's fine.
Hey, listen, horse girl power. Alright, so that one's done. Now I'm in skills. I'm all the way to skills now. Intrigue. Please give me intrigue. Thank you.
Yeah.
I wanted intrigue so bad. I use it way too much. Sight. Sight said no.
Sight said no.
Sight said absolutely not. Now, fun fact, I now go over to combat skills. Because horsemanship, guys. Come on, horsemanship.
Oh.
I want to be good at that.
I know you do.
I want to be good at that.
Well,
Watch
you have
myself
options.
soul-crushing. This is for me.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Now, okay, unchecking that one. I have one more.
Yeah.
It is my protect talent. Of all the times to roll a critical, it would be a magic thing that I would love to use.
To be fair, you did roll critical to get the check, but yeah, rough. All right.
So that's mine, guys.
That's everything for you. Now,
yes.
Now, Aeronwy.
Aeronwy time. Okay, I have worldly. I failed worldly. I really just do not believe in any of this fairy nonsense. I think you're all lying to me, and I think it's fake.
Is it Scully right there?
F-A-E-K. Fake.
Fake. I got suspicious.
Yeah.
I'm more suspicious. Boy, howdy. Then I have valorous. I have succeeded on valorous just barely.
The one you want to, they're like, I'm going to be a knight. Ah, damn it.
Damn it. I'm gonna stay at 15.
15's good enough.
It's good enough. Yeah, it's not bad. I don't have any passions ticked. However, Bob, I have noticed my hospitality is at 0. Is it supposed to be like that?
Yes.
Mine is also
Yes?
0.
Oh, all right. No
We're
passion
not
for
hospitable.
hospitality. Not hospitable. Okay, hopping on
You're
over to
lowborn.
skills.
You haven't been taught hospitality, to be honest. It's a high skill. Yep.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense then. Okay, awareness. I succeeded on awareness. Damn it.
It's like your one you want. You've had like a a love-hate relationship with that awareness skill this whole game, I feel like. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay. Courtesy. Failed courtesy just barely, thank goodness.
Incredible.
Incredible. I almost goofed that so bad. Okay. Intrigue. I'm gonna succeed because it's a 0, but I wanna...
All right.
It's like rolling dice.
Yeah, me
Sure.
too.
Yeah. And then recognize. Also a 0. Also a 5.
There you go. Getting some skills.
Alright. And that is me. I'm done.
Wait, what?
Ah,
You have nothing
have
from
anything
maybe we allowed you to rank up from the battle from 480. We must have from 484.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did
Okay.
we did one like level up, I think on episode 1 officially or something.
Yeah.
I remember leveling up already.
Okay.
We all had a post-prologue episode level up.
Right.
And then we started the game proper.
Yeah, okay.
And now we're leveling up after the game proper.
All right, that makes sense. You have not had any. Well, you did critical sword, did you not?
I did critical sword. I critical sword on the Mr. Man
Maybe you did.
himself.
I forgot. I didn't
Right,
tell
so-
you to check it, but you get that.
Got it. Okay, then I will
would-
succeed on sword.
That
Damn
would have
it.
been a tough one to get though. Like, odds were against
Yeah.
you, but it's worth the gamble.
But they're against me.
Okay, so now you get a couple of decisions. You get one decision to invest in. This is where you spend your training. Your options are you can get 5 points to put in as a pool. You get to put them in anywhere in your skills that are lower than 15. So you could go, I want 5 points, and for Aeronwy, you could go, I want 5 points. I'm going to put 2 in awareness, 1 in spear, 1 in horsemanship. You know what I mean? You can spread them around that way.
Mhm.
Or you can choose one skill that is 15 or above and move it by 1. You can choose one personality trait and move it by 1. That's another option. Or you can choose an attribute and move it by 1. For Emily, your magic skills are the same as normal skills. So
they can go by.
you can put a pool of 5 and you can do whatever you want with them if you want.
Okay.
I wouldn't necessarily be. I would recommend that your relative investments are in the areas where you're rounding out the group, because you are. This is both an in and out of character thing for you. The design of this trio. So Olwyn is clearly your socialite. Beatrice is your magic guru, and Aeronwy is your muscle.
Mhm.
But feel free to spread into what makes sense for your character too at the same time. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what are y'all doing?
I'm
Probably
wondering if I
gonna-
should have a growth spurt.
Yeah.
if you choose to have a size up by 1, it is your last year. You're allowed to do that without a glory buffing you, basically. Just a heads up.
Am I allowed to do it further in because I'm 15?
Yes.
Okay. She can be 5'2" forever. It's fine. I'm not really
Oh,
worried.
you gotta be taller.
But nice to know.
But at 18 and 19 will be like your last year to grow up. So you get glory bonuses later that might allow you to add more size if you're more interested in that. But yeah, generally like a 10 plus, you're fairly like average for Kimrick. So I would argue that size, yeah, you're this, it can be a combination of tall and buff looking at this point.
So I'm definitely gonna put points in protect because that seemed useful. Is there anything y'all want me to put points in that you feel?
Lying. No.
Do you want me to read what sight is for you, just so you know?
That would would be lovely.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't remember what site is.
Yeah, I'll read that to you. It's specific to the magics. I have to actually manually find it here real quick because this is the 4th edition and I don't have the PDF I have is from ages ago, so it doesn't have like the search feature. So give me a sec.
My horse says I have a horse named Kristoff. Is that accurate? I don't remember that. Well, that's my mom's horse. Never mind. I don't have that horse.
Like I don't remember that. Yeah,
That's very sad.
you have no horse, do you?
I have
This-
no horse.
Badge.
Just my horse god. That's it.
Just the old horse god.
Yep. And a 4 horsemanship.
4 horsemen.
4 horsemanship.
Yeah.
Pun intended.
I gotta find this. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Okay. So move it over here so I can look at the screen while I'm reading it. I'm close. I haven't found it yet. Where the heck is this thing? I'm in the magic area, so I gotta be close.
I was gonna say I can always wait until later if need be.
Well, I mean, feel free to look around your sheet, and then I'll do this at the same time.
I feel like I always want to put points in awareness because I want awareness to work at some point. Awareness is either Aeronwy's best friend or worst enemy, and it is always Beatrice's worst enemy. So I feel like... What did I want to do? Like 4 things right now that I want to put my points in. One of them's intrigue, which I feel like I shouldn't put my points in because that's an Olwyn thing.
Don't even try to come for my
Oh,
work.
I'm never gonna be able to come for you, believe me. My stats are garbage. You're good, believe me. I can't approach either of you right now. She trying, but most of her points are in magic stuff she doesn't use.
You're like D&D first edition mage, and like the D4 hit point, like can barely do anything yet. Level 1 mage, but that'll change.
That's where I'm at. I'm like running after them. Like one of them's like fighting the goblin knight, and I'm like, I'm running for my life.
I don't know if that'll be long though, to be honest. We'll see.
I mean, that's more sensible, though. I should have also been running for my life. Wait, I'm what the experts call an idiot.
Yeah.
Fool.
No, however, I did go. Well, this might be the end of Aeronwy. I think I did that twice now, actually.
Yeah.
Yes! Twice in
Aeronwy
2
has
episodes.
almost died
Yeah.
twice in 2 episodes.
I cannot.
I think I should get away.
I
I
find-
keep getting the threat of death. I keep getting threat of death, and that is apparently where I sit in my happy place.
I find references to
Are
a
you
site.
happy?
I'm only going to spend another minute or 2 looking, and then I'm going to give up and look at this again later.
I was gonna say, if it needs to
it-
be a later thing, then I'm good with it.
It is a useful skill, but maybe look around your sheet and see what other options are. And
Oh,
then,
I have a list.
okay,
So
great.
just literally, it can be whatever, and then I'll decide.
I had a question, but I don't want to interrupt
Yeah, go for it.
your
Go for it.
sleeping. So distaff, it's that's stewardship and industry, but
Yeah.
that's also we also have stewardship and industry as
Correct. So I gave.
individual skills. So-
Yeah, I looked it up and gave it to you, and I think I gave you distaff at the higher of the 2 skills that you chose. Right? Didn't I?
Okay.
I think.
So my distaff is at 10.
Mm-hmm.
And then which I think is just like a combination
It
of
is.
both, because industry is at 5 and steward is that like
I think it's a specialty
Is that
that
constant, or is-
Kimrick ladies have specifically.
got you. Okay. All right. So I should theoretically ignore putting points
always
in
roll
stewardship and
always roll this
okay,
to step.
for sure. Good to know.
Yeah, and that makes it more reasonable for you too, because then you're not raising two skills that you might not exactly love.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
like, I don't want
That makes sense. I just wanted to be sure because
practitioners. It's got to be around here.
do you want us to DM you with our choices?
No, I
or
think
just
it's
say them out
cool.
loud?
Yeah, I think it's useful to say them out loud. I think it's fun for like someone following along if you want to go ahead and do that.
Yeah, someone's gonna make like a Pendragon stats website.
Right?
Well, I finished mine already.
Okay.
I went 1 up in size.
Okay.
It's the last year I can do it, and I want that extra HP.
Short
yeah.
and sweet.
Okay.
I love it.
I think I'm gonna do courtesy, intrigue, flirting, and orate.
All by one?
One, and then I haven't really used a dagger, so I don't feel like I could necessarily justify
It's
putting that up.
training. You could have trained, like this is off-screen training. You can justify it.
Right?
Is this something maybe Aeronwy works with you a bit? Or
Yeah, sure, possibly.
What are we working on? We can totally work.
Dagger, possibly.
Yes, knives.
Yeah, Owen's just got a knife. She's like,
Oh, and let me see what you have.
a knife?
Yes.
she's just like.
What does Aeronwy have in dagger?
10.
I have a 10 too.
Tensies.
Tensies. We're all just playing with knives apparently.
Like, imagine the two of them are like just throwing daggers at a tree one time, and she's like, "Oh, that looks like fun," and like throws it and literally just throws it straight down.
right in the air,
just like, oh honey, oh yeah, just come here, and
it bounces back and almost hits Beatrice. It's like let's work on that.
I swear I didn't do that on purpose.
I feel like you did. I feel like you did. I'm gonna leave.
Aeronwy does like the
10 steps away.
The really charming boy thing and just stands behind Olwyn and is like, all right, here's your posture. You gotta like, pull up your arm like this and just like, oh.
Completely oblivious to how this could be romantic at all. We're helping with knives. That's how we do it.
There's a moment where the knife almost goes up to the throat and they make eye contact and they're like, nope.
Goodness, I didn't mean to stab you. Moving on. I'm sorry. Moving on and just like blushing.
Yeah, having this lovely knife throwing moment. Beatrice is just like standing a safe distance away, and anytime that Olwyn even like moves the knife suddenly, she like flinches.
It's like standing on the opposite side of Olwyn's like good hand. So like if Olwyn throws it back, safe, we're not there. Throws it that way, safe, we're not there. Somehow throws it that way, safe, we're not there. We're over there where Olwyn can't hit us no matter what.
Yep.
Lovely. In that case, I've justified dagger as my 5th skill point. Yeah. Man, I'm so happy that I am better with knives.
Knives.
Knives. All right, so yeah, I did dagger, courtesy, intrigue, flirting, and orate, all by one.
Nice. Okay, that works. Awesome. So, I did get it. So, sight is also called second sight. This is a skill of perceiving magical energy. Concentration is always required to try to use sight, unless the skill is over 20. The perception is not one of the normal senses, but so it's basically allows you, it's magic sight, basically.
So I just have to like concentrate and I can see.
And succeed at a roll of sight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A real question.
So you can tell if someone like is a strong magic user. You can tell with a success, right? You can tell if there's magic present in an area. On a critical success, you can also identify the type of magic being used in a spell, how much life force is present in a place.
Now you're making me want to put all the points I was going to put in horsemanship and.
I know, right? It's my job is to make your life harder, basically. It's like the GM job, number one.
Yeah. I was going to put.
Well, also by helping you, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Hey, Jesse.
I don't know what I want to do. I think so. This is my tentative plan. I haven't put anything in here yet. Brainstorming. I'm putting a point in horsemanship if it kills me, so it's happening. Horsemanship is getting a point.
Yeah.
I feel like. Well, I'm gonna put like 3 into sight probably. And then there's 1 point either going to go into awareness or into protect, because I feel like protect deserves a point. Oh, I had another spell that worked better than protect, but it was a lower number. That would have been fascinating. Lovely. So 8 point is going in one of my spells.
Roger that.
One of them. I'm not
you
sure.
can
which
figure
one
that
yet.
out. We can give you a minute to think about that. Maybe let's deal with glory for the year.
Yay!
So we're just gonna go through like what's happened since you've been here, right? Because it's really what we're talking about for glory.
Mm-hmm.
So starting at the beginning, you all got here. The initial thing was the actual face-off between the Goblin Knight and the Prince, right? I believe really that initial piece, I'm trying to think of anything. Was there anything heroic in that for the three of you? I don't think for that initial piece, right?
Which
With the prince?
Yeah.
Oh.
Not really.
Heroic restraint.
Yeah. So then it was on to, I think, the Easter feast from there. Yeah.
Easter.
Do we have the genealogy that was collected from the last one? I think, Rebecca, didn't you record that for us or something? From Feast 1? I feel like you... I can't remember where you did, but I remember seeing you lay it down.
Would it be in Glory Tracker?
I didn't...
Do I have a glory tracker for this game, too?
No, but we all have, like,
we all have access to it.
To the Salisbury Glory Tracker.
I have not put any... I have not recorded any glory.
You know, that's okay. I think we can... Why don't we go ahead and close for tonight, and I'll go through and see what the like, I can watch that in double time, see what our glory was out of that, the genealogy, and then I'll like record it. I'll add a glory tracker for us to record in beneath the Gathering of Branches part of Discord. So why don't we do you all have like 5 minutes for a quick scene?
Oh,
I'd like to wrap up. Yeah.
Do it.
Most definitely.
Okay, so after the feast kind of goes off with without a hitch, relatively. Aeronwy, you do eventually find a Dane returning from the quarters, like, so she was away.
Quarters?
Yeah.
Guest quarters? Where guests
Maybe.
are?
I mean, it'd be that way. There's other things there too, so it could have been.
Ooh.
You don't
Dane,
know.
he's
I mean,
too old for you.
You don't. Well, that's the first thing. Let me establish that. Correct.
Oh, that's
she is
true.
not of age. That did not happen, so we're good. And that wouldn't. It takes Aeronwy a little bit to find out, but they were seen together on a balcony. That's it.
Oh my god. Does a Dane not come clean? Like on her own?
No, nope, not at all.
Dane! I thought we were sisters.
I thought we were, yeah.
You
I
used
thought we were a
to be my
family.
sister.
You used to be my
so-
sister, Dane!
Are you haunted?
But that's not the scene. The scene is Lady Gwynedd invites the three of you. It's kind of out of nowhere, like, and you're off all doing your own things. Like, this is like Beatrice is back at the apothecary. Aeronwy, you're out riding.
I walked all the way back, and I have to walk all the way back to the castle.
This is like days. This is days later. This is in the winter.
Okay.
Yeah. Go this way. Come back. Yeah.
Make it all the way home just to the step and
I
just sit
just
down.
got here.
And then they're like,
I'm not leaving.
So when you get here, it's a lot quieter. You know, Rickirk's not to be seen either. It's just the three of you and Lady Gwynedd. No sign of Sir Doggett either. And she waits till you're all there, and then she says, "Thank you all for coming. I think it's time. I think it's time to explain more. Come with me." So she leads you, and like some of you might be guessing this, but she starts to lead you towards the room that was previously the disco ball. And she keys open the door and enters. I can't remember if all of you in character have seen what's behind the door.
I think it was just Beatrice.
Just
I
Beatrice.
think.
Beatrice.
my nosy butt
The
has.
storage closet.
So, intrigue test for Olwyn on this one. You can't tick it. It's kind of like, do you see something here?
I don't.
You don't quite pick up on. You're more fascinated behind the door than noticing what Beatrice's reaction is to it. But Beatrice would probably have a reaction.
I feel like given Gwydian's whole reaction, I think she's probably a bit more nervous going behind the door more than anything.
So, as the door opens, you see the older man laid out on the bed. That's sort of strangely like set in the center of the room, almost like it's a funeral bed, you know, like a funeral casket. But it's not structured like a casket. It's just a bed with a fairly Spartan room, like it's pretty empty in here. A few different candles are lined up, almost like a ritual around him. Aeronwy, give me a recognized roll plus 10.
Plus 10. Closed my sheet like a fool.
It's almost like I alluded you to thinking it was over. You recognize, like, man, does he look familiar for some reason, but you can't really place it. Like,
I mean, she has a guess of
Yeah,
who
exactly.
it is.
and maybe that familiarity makes you kind of solidified even more in who you think it might be.
Hmm.
She says, Beatrice is already aware to some degree. She's found her way into the know on this. I know that there have been a lot of strange mysteries and secrets. I wish I could properly apologize for that, but the reality is I did what I must. She seems like really distraught about this. This is my husband. My husband. She almost says late husband, but she stops herself.
Oh, good.
Fascinating.
Sir Daffyd. He was wounded quite critically. He fell upon his head.
Yeah.
During the Summerland invasion.
I see.
There's a lot happening here. I'm sure you've seen it. The Barrow Vale and what lies on the other side. There's a very old pact dating long before Daffyd. Before knights even existed, really. Between the head of this land and the other side. That contract still continues today. But it rests within the blood of my husband's line. And I'm afraid he is the last of it. We have no heir. No one who can carry on this contract. And if he is to pass beyond this world, I don't know what the Unseelie might do in return.
Is there a way to make a new pact?
Or anything we can do for him.
The ladies of the lake have done all they can to keep him bound here. And Lilo acts as a caretaker, for the ladies cannot spend a great amount of time here. Vivian and the others travel here when they can. They look after him. They keep him bound here, by any means necessary.
Why are you telling us this?
The king thinks there's another way. As Aeronwy here has mentioned. He thinks that a new contract can be found. One between the lady and a new line.
Lady,
Oh.
is she Unseelie? Is she in charge of them?
She is. And she is. She is the one who the Goblin Knight calls Lord.
I see. Kirk
What?
mentioned her briefly.
King Cadwy mentioned something he saw, a sight, a prophecy. It involved the 3 lines of Kimrick that originally set foot upon Summerland and called it home. The Dabuni, the Dumnune, and the Belgae, of which the 3 of you descend.
What?
Do.
So, Olwyn might... I don't think any of you would honestly really be tracking this. It's like 100 years after they really... But after the... Well, it's been at least a generation since like the tribal structures were in place, right?
Mhm.
So I think this is probably like... Olwyn would have a little sense of it. Yeah, I think the other two would...
Mhm.
I mean, you're not learned in this area, right? So... So I think it's a bit confusing. He continues, or she continues, right? I'm not sure how each of you were chosen for this. It seems like a mixture of fate and machinations by others involved, others that are aware. Vivian, perhaps. She looks to Beatrice. And the king himself, Olwyn. Aeronwy, you are descendant of here. Which is more than I can say. See, I'm not originally from here. I came here when I was wed to Daffy here. I mean to name Olwyn my heir when all of this is done. For I have no one of blood to do the same. And for now, I need the 3 of you to keep your wits about you and keep your eyes open. There are many threats, and this is still a knight's world. They seek to wed Olwyn. They seek to find their way by any means necessary into this place of power. I think there are many that see an opportunity here. I have a husband for now, so long as he continued to breathe. But at some point that might prove untrue. I'm not sure how long these magics can keep him here. Perhaps Beatrice, that's why you were chosen?
I don't do life kind of stuff.
I see.
I can make things not hurt people.
I don't really truly know. Daffy understood a lot more about it, so did Derwin. I just know that this place is in need of protecting, and I feel like it is a threat to Summerland should Daffy pass before a new contract is arranged. The king spoke of a gathering of the branches of the lines that called this place home, the Kimrick, who owned here. I hope that this is the right gathering, because if it's not, well, I won't speak of such things.
So you said a line takes the pack, like a family line. So it would be Olwyn's after this.
Perhaps.
What does the pact entail?
We were fortunate enough, before the lady took her ascendancy, to negotiate the previous pact with the Goblin Knight. He is many, many, many generations old. The pact before spoke of a truce to some degree. The truce ends the moment one sets foot in the Barrow Vale, of course. The Goblin Knight himself will not slay our people, though he leaves an exception to the nobles, should they prove unchaste. He also leaves an exception for the Knight of Samhain, or Samhain, where all bets are off, I'm afraid. So, for Aeronwy, she may remember sealing the doors away at night as a youth. That is how we keep ourselves safe. In addition to this, the Lord of the Manor shall keep the lineage within his line, lest the contract be broken. And the authority must remain strictly to the Magician King, King Cadway. This has been a bit tenuous. I sense that they recognize what has happened, this negotiation between Uther and Cadway, and though it does not breach whatever decision point had been made before in the contract, they aren't happy about it.
So we would protect it from now on.
It's my hope. I can't demand it of you. The king has allowed Olwyn some leave from our normal role as noble maidens. But there will be others that try to find a loophole. As for Beatrice, I know not your mother's past, but Vivian sure seems to know her. Your mother was a witch, yes?
Yes. To be fair, I don't really know her past either.
I'd heard that your mother was a witch, and I assumed that you were here because of your affinity to magic. But perhaps I assumed that your role was to keep Befit alive. Perhaps you're here for other reasons.
I can protect, but I can learn how to preserve, I suppose. Lilo's been doing it all this time.
I'm honestly guessing at any of this and where we need to go from here. The three of you, though you'll have unique roles in the court, they must align with expectations of the nobility here. So it's not as simple as raising the two of you. We'll have to find clever ways to keep you around and on staff. And for Lady Olwyn, we'll have to find clever ways to keep you free from other obligations. You being the heir here helps, but that will in turn put pressure, once it's announced, will be those that wish to marry in.
Right.
It's something you and I will work together on. And the others.
So much.
It is a lot. And for that reason, I think it's best we end here. Take the time, this late winter and early spring, and think on what I've mentioned. If you wish to walk away, nothing binds you here. Perhaps you weren't the ones the king spoke of in the prophecy. I don't know how much I believe it all, to be honest. But I can tell you that the lady and the threat of fairy is very real. Thank you all. And she's kind of like starts to tear up a little bit.
Oh no!
Yeah. I think Olwyn's been on like the verge of tears since she was like, "Oh yeah, Olwyn's gonna be my heir." She's just like, "Oh my god, what?"
All right, and I think that's a good spot to conclude tonight's episode. So I've been waiting to. I didn't want to lore dump on you, but it seemed like it gone far enough not to. So I wanted to find a clever way. I think I've teased bits of it throughout the episodes.
Yeah,
Probably caught some of it.
I think it's really fun.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I found that creepy dude in a bed for a reason.
Yeah. Wasn't a random encounter for sure. Yeah. No, just kidding. So I've been Bob. This has been a very long episode of Gathering of Branches. Thank you for watching. Why don't we go down to Rebecca for outros?
Hi. I'm Rebecca. I've been playing Olwyn, and apparently I'm gonna be the heir to Barrowcrest. Cool. That's fun. No pressure. It's fun. Had a great time. I'm really enjoying all of the twisty turnies and seeing how long I can run away from Luth.
You gotta kill him at some point.
I mean, eventually I'm gonna fumble a roll, and he's just gonna like appear behind me. Just nothing personnel, kid.
You mean what happened to me tonight? Where he just like appears?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Great.
I hope you've enjoyed our show. As always, please join our Discord, join our YouTube, follow, like and subscribe, and all of that cool fun stuff. We'd love to have you as part of our fun little group.
Indeed.
And I'll pass it down to Emily.
Hi. I'm Emily. I was playing Beatrice. That was an interesting one, to be sure. Yep, follow, like, subscribe to all of the things that Rebecca just lovingly said. And then I have the obligatory cat.
Hell yes.
Here's the cat. There are two of them, so if you really want to rewatch this and play Find Where the Cats Are, that is a game that could be played.
I can always tell when the cat's at the door, because you're like...
Yeah, all of a sudden, so either I turn or just, I don't know if they can see it on stream, but on Discord, everyone can see me put my arm behind me and start snapping because I'm begging the cat to get away from the door and stop pawing at things. One of them started knocking off stuff of my desk during this. So
I love when cats do that. Like, and this thing in particular.
Straight at me. He was looking straight at me. It was just like, you're not gonna feed
fumbling
me.
your rolls again.
Oh, you're fumbling your rolls. That's really tough for you.
I got a funny story, and I will tell it at the very end. But let's go to Megan real quick.
Hi, I'm Megan. I once was playing Aeronwy with a cool set of armor, and now, once again, I am not. I'm playing Aeronwy without a cool set of armor. This is so sad, but I know it's the right thing to do. But I'm so sad.
Oh, it was armor 16 too, by the way.
Armor 16.
You haven't decided yet. You haven't committed yet. You haven't committed yet.
They haven't even said that they'll take that deal yet. They haven't
also
voiced it.
Can you do me a favor? Can you take Cruel for that comment right now?
Yeah, Bob, take a point of Cruel. Take 3 points of Cruel.
Right, it's fair.
Maybe the lady won't even want it. Maybe she'll be like, actually, I hate the Goblin Knight.
No, actually, he sucks.
A prince isn't worth that. Give me something else, and I get to keep the armor.
Oh dear.
Gauche. I've been trying to get him to get rid of it forever, and it's like, oh, well, thank you. It's mine now.
You know what? I'll give you the prince back just for getting rid of his really, really outrageous armor.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and close this out for the night because we are at 3 hours and 24 minutes for stream. So thanks, everyone.
Let's do 3 more. Let's do 3 more hours.
Yeah.
Bye.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.